Welcome to No Outside Food Allowed, episode 38. We're here to give you all the entertainment news you love. Today, that includes our trailer roundup, Netflix's upcoming lineup, and then another amazing quiz for you guys. My name's Adam, and according to Wu-Tang name generator, I will be Tough Tiger Fist. My fellow crew members, Chris Felix.
Yeah. I can't do it. I'm sorry. The erratic specialist.
Yeah.
Are you sure not the erotic specialist?
No, erratic, bitch.
Erratic.
Erratic. Sam Lim.
The magician?
With the A, the.
The magician.
Jose Loyola.
The lucky conqueror.
Yeah. Very lucky.
Wait, what did you say?
Say
Like
with some
question mark?
confidence. Come on.
Yeah, his question mark.
Yeah.
It's because it's an enigma.
You know he reads everything. And last but not least, welcome back, Eddie McCowan.
How was your journey, bro? You were gone for so long.
I came back and my new name is Violent Artist. So
makes sense.
it's been going
You're
pretty
so
well.
angry.
Yeah.
Did you go to Kunlun to earn your name?
Yeah, that's exactly where I went.
That's where he's been.
That's where I've been. I've been training
very
for
hard.
the Space Wars. We're clearly going to need to fight aliens before they get here.
He shaved his chest hair to look like the fucking dragon from Iron Fist.
100%. 100%. I don't have enough hair to do that, but yes.
He tried.
It's a little one.
Yeah.
Hey, no. That's what we heard, too.
Looks like a paint by
Ah,
number.
this guy, the Asian, saying I got a small penis.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Is that what he said?
Wow.
Is that what we said?
That was what you inferred.
Welcome back, Eddie.
Yeah. How are
Yes,
you,
I've
man?
been talking for 10 seconds
Hit
and I
us,
already
hit
said
us with a
penis.
dad joke, you know, like you gotta go with the penis joke.
All right, the batch long was last week. Let's get past that.
Yeah, let's move on. So I guess let's start with some random news. We got some Birds of Prey casting. What do you got on that, Felix?
Oh, okay. So, latest casting, we have the Huntress casted by, as well, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, also known as Ramona from the Scott Pilgrim Saves the World. She was also in 10 Cloverfield Lane. That's your new Huntress. Yes,
Is
Eddie?
this a TV show?
No,
or-
this is the Birds of Prey movie with
Oh.
also
Okay.
still Harley Quinn by Margot Robbie still there. And then we also have Journey Smollett Bell. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say her name. Playing the Black Canary. So yeah, the small roles that I've seen her in. She was in True Blood. I'm not exactly sure which character she was, but anybody saw, I think it was College Humor. They did the Captain Planet little miniseries with Don Cheadle as
Yes.
Captain Planet. She was
Yes.
Gaia.
Okay,
So
that's funny.
That's the only
That
other
was a
casting that I
little-
know
okay.
her from. Yes, so that's my little tidbit into there. So yeah,
That's
she will be
freaking
playing the
hilarious
Black
if you
Canary.
haven't seen that, by the way.
Go watch
Yeah.
it. Captain Planet, motherfucker. Yeah. Go watch it.
They
It's
have the
hilarious.
best Batman series on that, the College Humor.
The
Oh, the
Batman.
Batman.
Yeah, he's
Was
pretty-
that the
Pete
Batman-
Holmes. as
Batman
Pete-
has a
as
dirty
Batman.
mind?
There's a bunch
all
of
of
them.
them?
All
Yeah,
of them. You
they're-
gotta watch all
they're
of them.
pretty funny.
Like they're the best things ever. on
It,
the
it was so sweaty. I wore the suit all day. I was sweating in it. She still went for it. So gross.
the very first one I think is the Riddler. Like
Yeah.
if you riddle me with bull or whatever, it's just fucking stupid.
That's the one where he like meets Superman too, and like Superman's trying to say like, I was like, oh, it's not an S, it's it stands for hope. Batman's like, I was like, hope starts with an H, stupid. That's so good.
All right, so
Anyways.
my one question for this Birds of Prey movie is, where the hell is Batgirl or Oracle? We gonna
She's
do a movie with
rumored
that
to
them?
be in there so
Haven't
far.
been
but
casted
yeah.
yet.
Haven't been casted yet.
She's
So
still
we
like
just gotta
rumored.
wait.
Mm-hmm. But another rumor was also that Black Mask is supposed to be the main villain in this movie.
Actually, he
which-
is. Yeah, he's
Okay.
he's gonna be the main villain.
Yeah, so like it was like all but confirmed, but every like article points to it being Black Mask.
Yeah.
They keep hinting at this big mob boss, so it's gonna be him.
Okay, I dig that.
Um,
They haven't used him yet.
Yeah, the script was written by Christina Hodson. She also wrote the script for Bumblebee, coming out later
Okay.
this holiday season also. So we don't know if that's going to be terrible yet, but it's got to be better
We're
than
gonna get to
anything
that in
Michael
our
Bay did.
trailer breakdown.
Yeah, we'll get to that. And it's going to be directed by Kathy Yan, which I looked up. I have no idea. I've never heard of her before. I haven't seen anything that she's done as far
Okay.
as her credentials go, but that's all we got so far. She's going to be joining Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, which Robbie's also producing the movie, apparently.
Okay,
Didn't know that either.
Yeah, she's probably just getting a credit.
Just getting credit.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I got.
Okay.
But
Pretty
there you go.
girls
Small
and,
casting news.
got a woman director and a woman crew.
Yeah.
Could be cool.
I mean, if it worked for Wonder Woman, it could work for other people too.
Exactly.
So we'll see how it plays out.
Just make anything good, DC.
Right. We just-
Don't
fingers
don't
crossed.
rush. Don't rush.
Yeah. Take your time. You
Good
don't have
things
to
coming
compete.
next year. No worries.
Hopefully.
Yeah. What do you think about Joker?
The
Eddie?
new Joker?
Yeah.
I like the new Joker.
Two of you guys weren't here.
Here,
last
this
week.
is
Go
the
ahead.
this is the part that sold me. Okay, in the little video clip. It's
Oh,
just-
Ronald McDonald. Yeah,
Sure,
sure, totally.
sure.
He
Yeah.
he
okay.
looks great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, who brought the bad news bear? Someone give him some fucking honey.
Red
I'm just not even gonna bring this
Look,
topic up
look,
until it comes
the
out,
part-
and then I can talk shit on it.
Yeah, yeah. If it's bad, hey, I'll eat my words. But the little clip that they showed where he just smugly kind of smirks and kind of raises his eyebrow, that just sold it on me. Just he has his own like.
I'm not gonna curse it.
Flavor.
I hope it's BVS good. You know, like you say. So I hope
Wow.
it's.
So you want it to be bad.
I've never said that
I
BBS
don't
was
even.
good.
Yeah, I don't even know how to take that, Sam.
Yeah, there you go. See, you confused your partner.
Yeah.
I'm jinxing it. I'm jinxing
Yeah,
that
yeah,
movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
You're jinxing it by calling it the name of a movie that you love. Got it.
Sometimes you
Let's
gotta
not,
hurt
let's
yourself.
not think too
That's
far
it.
into that. All right, so let's see. What do we got? Deadpool 2.
Ugh.
Hey, I love this one. It's getting a re-release in December, Christmas time, and it's gonna be PG-13.
Mickey Mouse dipping his fingers in the
wah, wah.
rated R pool and pulling the asshole
Right.
out of
It's gonna be the
that
first of many.
area and putting it in the PG-13.
Yeah, see how many more tickets you can sell to a PG-13 one, and then if it does well, you think the next one will be
Oh my
PG-13.
god!
You're
Please
gonna fucking
don't.
watch it, Eddie. You
Please
know it.
I'm not gonna watch it again. Why would I watch a dumbed down version of it?
It was gonna be like
I
20
like all the
minutes.
fucks. There's only one fuck allowed in a PG-13 movie. That movie has a lot of fucks.
What if Ryan Reynolds changes the jokes around?
That defeats the whole purpose.
Fuck. You can't change
I
how
don't-
many times you say
uh,
fuck.
Sir,
I think he's saying that the
I'm just
character wouldn't be
saying.
the same.
Look,
It's not the same.
I'm not gonna say that they couldn't change it to where it was funny or it wasn't like good, but it won't be the same. It's not.
Well,
There's a reason
it'll just
why-
be more kid-friendly. That's all.
Yeah, no. They had Deadpool in a episode of the Disney XD Spider-Man,
right?
where he didn't kill people, he unalived people, and that is the funniest fucking way I've ever heard.
See? Maybe you do that for PG-13.
But I mean-
you know? That could be funny.
Uh,
He's not like actually killing people. They just like float away into dust.
Like you can do as much violence as you
Disney
want in a
thought that was
PG-13
good, right?
movie. It's just you can't say fuck more than once,
You can't
and
have
you
any
can't
genitalia,
have
No
any
blood.
genitalia. So
including boobs or nipples
Oh
or
man,
anything like that,
no,
or any
no,
butt scene.
yeah.
Any butts, any
No,
any
no
creases.
little legs. No little
the
legs.
creases.
no
any-
little legs.
Aw.
The best scene. No, it's not the best scene, but it is a great scene.
I don't know, man. You
The
gonna-
little leg scenes
anybody
one
gonna go watch
diaper.
it? I get. I
I'm
don't
not gonna
know.
Well,
watch it.
here's the
There's
thing
no-
with
I
that.
mean, there's no point.
So this drops on December 21st. You know what else comes out that day? Aquaman.
No.
You know what else comes out that
really?
day? Bumblebee.
Wow.
It's going up against those two
Interesting.
movies.
Which, by the way, I saw the clips for Bumblebee.
Oh,
I'm
we'll
actually-
get there. But holy
okay.
shit, am I excited for that. But
Wow.
see, my thing with this though, I feel like this is sort of Fox's like last grab at what little money they're going to be getting incoming, because like obviously, because as of next year, I believe first half of next year, the Fox Disney deal goes through, and that's
Sure.
it. Disney owns everything Fox. So I kind of feel like this is sort of Fox's last ditch effort to get that Deadpool money, because it's whatever money this makes is just extra money. This is just all pocket change, because domestically, Deadpool and its box office run made over $318 million. It's doing just fine. It doesn't need that extra money. This is literally just Fox grabbing for a little extra pocket change, if you ask me. So
Yeah.
I kind of feel like this is just their last ditch effort to collect a little
Just
bit of box
little
office
bit of
numbers.
milk left.
Yeah.
Do you think it's Fox or is it's Disney now? Because again, everyone thinks it's not complete. It's
I
dude,
kind
it's
of
done. It's
I
been
kind of
done.
feel like it could be sort of a co-op effort in a way to kind of test the waters to see the response of it. But then I also think it's sort of Fox pulling in income, which we'll talk about more later because they have another Fox property coming out
and
sometime next year.
And I don't think it's like Fox trying to do anything. It's Disney saying like we ain't got a fucking movie on the 21st, which is fucking what, the day after Christmas or Christmas Day is one of the largest
21st.
21st or whatever. The week of Christmas is one of the biggest. What is it, like movie days
Sure.
of all
Yeah.
year?
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be like, we need something.
We need
to be
something to
out
come
there.
out
Yeah.
against these two
You know,
blockbusters.
exactly.
Right? Re-release.
Exactly. Let's for the hell of it, let's do White Christmas and re-release that shit all over again. For the hell of it, let's re-release fucking
Polar
Mickey-
Express, right?
Ex-
For the
Polar,
fucking-
Polar Express. Hey, that's a great movie.
Little callback there.
I think it will make some money though, just for that reason alone, because it is the holiday
Well, think
season.
about this: you have those big movies coming out, and people that won't get into those can always, maybe filter
Mhm.
down into Deadpool. So it can make a little decent change on that one weekend.
Yeah, people are visiting their families, or like you said, even if it's a dumb excuse to bring, or to dumb down a movie a little bit, people are going to go see it just because families are in town and it's
Yeah.
accessible
Families.
now
It's
for more.
like
you
you
said,
fanatics,
it's
bro.
Christmas
Deadpool.
time, so
Well, not only that, but
Little
like,
Timmy does not
there-
need to see
There's,
Deadpool.
there's a lot of
There's no
there's a
reason.
lot of folks I know of that take their family out to the movies the day after Christmas as tradition.
Mhm.
Everybody goes out together. So
Yeah, it'll make money. I
Even-
really
yeah,
think.
I like
Whether or
most.
not I
still.
agree with it, it's going to make money.
you don't need to take little Timmy to go see Deadpool. There's no reason for little Timmy to want to see Deadpool because Deadpool is not a hero.
That's not
Or
true.
he's not a hero.
Deadpool's like super popular right
No,
now.
no, no. I
so-
know he's super popular, and there are kids that know who he is. There's kids that are under 8 who know who he is, and they shouldn't, because Deadpool is a very violent character, and for some reason in the U.S., violence is okay,
Do you-
sex is not, and saying the word "fuck" is bad.
It is.
So do you
bad.
think now that he's a Disney property, they're going to dumb him down?
They already are. They literally. This is literally the
The
first,
start
the
of
first
process,
finger
right?
in the asshole.
Yeah.
How many
Man.
fingers do you put in there?
Really-
It depends on what rating Deadpool 3 is.
We're really earning our explicit rating today. Good job, man.
Yeah.
We're just
Every
plugging
time
the
I am.
asshole. Hey, you know, it's still PG-13 at that
If it's
point.
PG-13 and Deadpool 3, then it's a whole fist.
You know what we should
and
do?
Mickey's gonna have to get a new glove.
Actually, I'm gonna ask Eddie to edit this episode to make it PG-13 just for you.
Question:
Yeah.
You think when
Then I'll be cut out completely.
Exactly. It'll be a
Eddie
dead
said
air.
hi, and then it was just
Then
silent.
bye.
Whatever
think
happened to that one
you
guy?
think when Deadpool 3 comes out, it'll be be subtitled, DP3. It takes 3.
Oh my god,
That'd be great. That'd be the best wordplay ever.
2 in the pink, 1 in the sink. All right, so
On our way to Browntown.
you said something about other Fox properties. We'll jump over some trailers. They put out the Dark Phoenix trailer.
Yay.
I actually saw this.
Ugh.
Did you?
Mhm.
Well, let's start with
What'd
you.
you
What did
think?
you think of all the explosions and Sansa Stark?
Sansa.
Sansa looks really angry.
So angry.
What a brand new haircut.
I don't know. I always just usually wait for these movies to hit like Netflix or DVD because I don't know. I do enjoy them, so I don't know why I wait. But
The
last one I
X-Men
didn't-
movie specifically.
specifically, yeah. I didn't like Apocalypse though because Mr. Ooze was kind of weird.
Nobody did.
That was a rough one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it, but I don't know. There's another trailer I want to talk about that I really liked. It got me pumped, but not that this one was okay. I don't know.
Well, what trailer is that?
We'll talk about
We'll
it.
get there.
We'll get there. It's on the list.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright.
Well, as far as Sansa Stark and Dark Phoenix, she looked very angry, like Eddie said. She looks like she's running away from the X-Men. Looks like she's fighting them at one point.
From
They,
what I,
they chained in the Dark Phoenix up to like more of her mutant power, and she's
Again.
she's like changing right into the Phoenix, and it seems a little strange.
I
to
don't
me,
know,
but,
bro, because from what I was reading, they're gonna already introduce Genosha. That's gonna be run by Magneto, of course.
Okay.
And then they're also like to go with this storyline so quick. I think the trailer is okay, but I can't support it unless they bring in the Shi'ar Empire. Like if they bring in the Shi'ar Empire, then I'll definitely watch it. But if there's no Shi'ar Empire involved for the Dark Phoenix saga, then I can't be a part of it at all. Just because that's how I know my Dark Phoenix.
Well,
Would-
here's the thing with that. The rumor
like the
was
dark.
that Jessica Chastain was supposed to be playing Lilandra, who was one of the
Right,
members
the
of
Empress, basically, right?
of the Shi'ar Empire.
Yeah.
But now that rumor has been tossed around so many times now, I even heard that it could be a cross-gender Sinister. So Mrs. Sinister instead of Mr. Sinister,
Interesting.
which I don't like. I'm not even going to try to get into that, progressive kind of state of, cross-gender sort of shit.
Oh,
I
the
just-
the checkbox.
No, it's just like I feel like this is a character I've been wanting to see for so long. So if that's the case, it's like why do we have to have a remix version of him? We've never seen like an incarnation of this character ever. I don't want an alternate version of him. I want the original version. But we don't know if that's confirmed. I've even heard that she might be Mastermind supposedly. But honestly, talking about the trailer though, this did nothing to impress me whatsoever. It just
nothing.
honestly just nothing about it stood out. It just looked very flat to me. Nothing about it really popped. Nothing. It just looks like Last Stand 2.0. Unfortunately, like they're making the Phoenix powers part of Jean Grey again. Like they're her mutant powers. I'm not going to get into the technicalities of the Phoenix saga, but holy shit, you can't do it in 2 hours. That's my one thing with it. And like, why are we rushing to get to this story again? They tried to rush to get to this part with The Last Stand again. Why are we rushing this huge monumental story arc into this movie again and going straight to Dark Phoenix? Let's establish this Jean Grey first of all, because nobody gave a shit about her. I'm sorry, nobody gave a shit about any of the new mutants in
the last one?
Apocalypse or whatever the hell. It's called.
Apocalypse was just
It was just crap.
a terrible.
And so, like,
restart.
now all of a sudden you're gonna rush into this huge story arc involving Dark Phoenix when, like, you don't really care about the Scott Summers or this Jean Grey, and now we're already gonna get to that dark point in the story. It's rushing way too much, and I hate that.
But you know who we do have is a lot more of Mystique
Oh my god.
in an
Yay.
X-Men uniform. Don't you
Hooray.
love that?
Yeah.
So weird.
And then Michael Fassbender as a good guy Magneto.
You know, the funniest part about the trailer for me was that it seems kind of self-aware, where he's like, Charles, another speech again, where you try to be the good guy. No one cares. Holy shit, you're reading the audience's mind.
No
like,
shit, right?
little shit of Deadpool there, is that it?
Yeah, right.
we had to break the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Right?
Did you like the trailer, Jose?
Fucking hate it, bro. Just write it off, man. It's one of those things that Disney's like, fuck, okay, fine.
We still have to put this thing out.
You guys pay for the fucking movie.
No,
Fine.
look, I did.
And I really feel as if like, okay, since Fox already started filming fucking Dark Phoenix, and I really feel that Disney already bought out Fox, and they're just not outright saying it until the whole Netflix ordeal goes out. Because I think because Netflix has an ability to pull whatever movies they can and show it in their whole archive until the end of this year. So until that's done, Disney's like, fuck you guys. We're not saying anything. But I'm
Smart move.
I'm willing to bet the first quarter of next year, Disney's gonna be like, yep, Fox and Disney, done deal. And they're gonna be like, yep, X-Men, yeah, we're gonna push it back a little bit further out, maybe around October, somewhere where no one's really watching any shit. October. I'm dead serious, bro.
Well, it's funny you said that, because it actually did get delayed. Not even 48 hours after this trailer dropped on Wednesday. This got delayed to June 7th. If you look at the trailer right now, it says February 14th.
Right? Yeah.
Yep. Just in time for Valentine's Day, you get this depressing-ass movie.
There we go.
This got delayed until June 7th, 2019.
There we go. So that proves my theory even more. That means that it's Disney's like, fuck, like we fucking technically are paying for this shitty ass movie already. Same thing for the fucking New Mutants or whatever, or Young Mutants, whatever.
New Mutants
With the reshoots.
There
the
has to
reshoots.
be tons of reshoots then, right?
Yeah.
Because
No,
normally,
there is.
like,
There's
a
some
movie
reshoots for
is
both.
dropped in the early parts of the year if they don't think it's going to be very good. Because,
No.
no, Deadpool in certain ones, they're like exceptions to that rule. Because usually they
There's
just
certain
drop them.
dates.
Yeah, they drop them early because they're like, it's not going to be a summer blockbuster, so why would we drop it in the summer?
Sometimes they'll drop into a spot with no competition, hoping
Yeah.
they'll make
Well,
like
yeah.
that
But I mean,
weekend's
Yeah.
biggest weekend.
Right.
Or let's say,
that's kind of crazy. 4 months.
I kind of think one of the reasons why I was delayed, because one of the rumors was supposedly that they were going to introduce the Skrulls in this version of the universe, because Fox does own the rights to certain parts of the Skrulls, Super Skrull included. If you know the Super Skrull, he's basically a combination of the Fantastic Four. So he's the shape-shifting mutant. He can do all those crazy Fantastic Four talents. But when now it's coming out, that's also coming around in time as Captain Marvel, who's also bringing out the Skrulls. So I really feel like, yeah, you're probably right, Jose, that Disney is kind of taking the reins here and be like, push that shit back.
Do you think
and
they
don't
pushed it
confuse
back because it's pretty similar to Captain Marvel?
No, I really
Or
feel
because it
that
has
they're
the
sort of going to
scrolls like
start.
Captain Marvel?
I kind of feel like they're going to sort of start tying into what the MCU will be, however they're going to retcon it or rewrite it.
Which
however it's
Jose
gonna do.
talked about earlier too.
It's a plated dinner, man. It's what it is that Disney knows how to fucking plate their fucking dinner. They go, okay, we're not gonna fucking put out a fucking like a really good, possibly good movie, Captain Marvel, and then like but in front of that it's gonna be a shitty ass fucking Dark Phoenix movie. No, they're gonna go, we're gonna put up Captain Marvel one week and everyone's gonna fucking go crazy for that movie. That X-Men, yeah, we're gonna put it in between right the week after, and no one's really gonna want to watch that. And if they do, that's great. And if they don't, they don't. But Captain Marvel's gonna fucking rack in all the fucking movies, and that's all they're fucking doing.
Mhm.
What is the date for Captain Marvel?
Oh shit, good question. I want to say. It's in
By the way,
March.
Adam, I just want to let you know today for my note for Dark Phoenix, it's literally says $5 bin.
$5 bin.
Oh wait,
So,
wait,
like,
$5
direct to the
bin
fucking-
in
You're gonna-
Walmart,
you're gonna own
or
it?
is that in Target,
I feel
or
like
is that in
That's all
Albertsons,
he's.
bro?
That's all he's worth of the.
That
just
feels
$5
like a
bin.
little too much commitment to me.
Okay, so real quick, Captain Marvel comes out in March 8th, 2019. So it
Okay.
would have been literally like less than a month away.
Right. So that's why again, they're like, we're not gonna put the fucking X-Men in front of Captain Marvel. We're gonna put Captain Marvel first, and then everything else out after that. Because they're
Makes
like,
sense.
we're gonna fucking cash in all we can, and everyone's gonna go crazy. And Captain Marvel's gonna probably be in the fucking theaters for 3 months.
Oh, it'll be there for
Oh,
a
yeah.
while.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
there for a
Well,
minute.
depending on if it's good or not.
And then not to
Oh, it's gonna
mention,
be good. Oh, you can
Avengers
already
comes
tell.
out like 2
They're
months
gonna sell
later
the
too.
shit out
So
of
what happened with Black Panther, it's going to gain longer legs because it has something like Avengers to write off also. So I guarantee you it'll be there for a while.
And it's got a strong female lead, man. To what Chris was saying, the whole progressive nature, which is I'm all for it.
Yeah, no, I love
know,
Wonder Woman.
yeah.
I mean,
Love it.
I literally fell in love with her on the screen. If she's listening, I love you. Find me.
And so did Chris.
Find me. But real quick, like I mentioned earlier, Deadpool is going to December 21st, 2019. That date was originally scheduled for Alita, Battle Angel, written by James Cameron, directed by Robert Rodriguez.
I'm watching that one.
That's getting pushed
I
back
wanna
till
watch that.
February 14th. Dark
Ah.
Phoenix's original date.
Okay.
Dark Phoenix is now going to June 7th of 2019, which was originally held by the Gambit film, which is apparently still happening. Apparently with
they
Channing
keep
Tatum.
saying that, but
That's been pushed back to March 13th, 2020. So if
Held
you,
by Disney at that point.
yeah,
Which
so
is
if
gonna
you
be-
ask me, this isn't happening at all. Both properties are going to be under Disney by that point.
Hell
like
yeah.
so,
I'm excited. I'm excited for that one.
I don't think
am.
Gambit's going to happen.
think
Gambit's
they'll
not
write-
gonna happen.
You might write that
Who
off.
cares?
I think it's gonna be Gambit, and it's not gonna be Gambit by himself. It's
No,
gonna be
yeah,
Gambit
exactly. It's
and
going to be paired
X-Men.
off with
They're
something.
gonna just restart X-Men. They're
It's
gonna
gonna be
reboot it.
It's gonna be X-Men like as we know it.
Oh my god.
I just
20
don't,
fucking 18, 19.
I don't see
You
a
know?
solo Gambit film happening, especially
No,
under,
hell no.
especially under Disney.
Remy
I never saw it.
Lambeau
Who
is,
fucking
is,
cares?
is
Yeah, we're
great
over,
character.
we're over that.
Yeah.
It's been way too long.
He's a
in the
great
making.
supporting character. He's not a lead character.
Only
That's
if he's
my
a round
opinion.
rogue.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's because of cartoon.
Yeah,
If
just-
you're gonna have like a
he
Bonnie
lives
and Clyde sort of
dangerously.
thing with like Gambit and Rogue, sure, I'd be all for that. But like if it's
Not
just
even
gonna-
that. I don't know about that.
I'm just
I
saying,
don't
why
watch
not?
it.
Well, I was
Because
reading
that
a
would be
They're both
small.
boring.
rebels.
I was telling Flex earlier. I was reading a small article about Gambit. There's two routes they want to take. They want to take either Deadpool route or romantic comedy.
No.
And I was like,
What?
why?
Either way, that's
Why would you want to take that
A
route?
rom-com?
like everyone's like they're
Yeah.
like rated R.
Like a bromance rom com or
Well,
like
no, because Gambit's like supposed to be a ladies' man, so they want to do either that or a Deadpool route.
Like
That's-
like
Gambit's
Yeah.
not a
I just
rated R
hate-
character.
The
yeah,
two
that's what I hate
options
is,
are
like,
horrible.
They're like, oh,
Let's
rated
make it-
R.
Let's make it like another movie.
Deadpool was successful. Then all of our movies should be rated R. No,
No.
not really.
Yeah.
How things work.
He's like
The only
he's the guy who cut off a basketball player's fingers for talking shit to him. He's an asshole, so it makes sense that he's a rated R character. Like
the only
Gambit-
rated R comic book movie I want to see
Logan
would be
Luthor.
Deadpool and Blade. Be a
Yes.
cool combo.
Please, and Wesley
Deadpool
Snipes.
and Blade.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why
I know
not?
you like Wesley Snipes, but that just seems like a random combination.
Oh, they're both. I mean,
they're both very
That's
violent.
a very random
they're
combination.
very violent, and
Be rated R
It'd be a
movie that makes
weird-
sense.
they have a like a zombie comic series where it was Deadpool fighting a bunch of zombies. So I mean,
Fuck it,
throw
right?
some fucking vampires. I don't fucking
Write it
know.
up.
They're like
Write it up.
they're just throwing everything out there, right? Might as well. It'd be interesting. They're already in Blade Trinity together.
All right. Let's move on from Dark.
Hannibal
Phoenix.
That'd be
We
Dead-
got a little. We got a
Deadpool
little
Trinity.
let's focus. Let's focus.
Okay.
All right.
There
So
we
next
go.
on the trailer list, we got Creed 2, which I actually
Yes.
never
Woo!
saw the first one.
I didn't
what
see
the
it.
fuck is
I
wrong
didn't-
with you?
I didn't see it either.
You haven't seen it either. All right.
Really?
good.
What
Good.
the
I know that.
hell?
Because
You call yourselves the fucking movie
Nope.
fans?
I just never got around.
movies
to
are
it.
awesome.
I'm sure
So
it's
good.
good.
You
Creed's
want to tell them the
awesome.
homework assignment, the 500-page homework
I
assignment?
don't know,
Creed.
500 word fucking assignment about
Essay.
the
what
movie
you thought
Creed.
about it?
Yeah, exactly what you
Listen.
thought about it, how it made you cry. And
All right, so
how it made you
first
feel.
Rocky is considered like the best. 'cause
Great,
it won
yeah.
Academy Award. Blah 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 blah.
I-
But it's
I agree.
fucking Rocky 4.
Yeah, it's all about
Rocky
Drogo.
4 is the best fucking Rocky, and I will fist fight anyone who disagrees.
If he does, he does.
Yes.
Here's the
Let's
thing.
break
That's,
you.
that's why Creed 2 is gonna. I'll probably watch this one because
Yes.
it's pretty excited for Drogo.
Dude, just the
Jr..
filming of seeing
Drago.
Stallone
Yes. Staring
against
at,
Drago,
there's a-
staring
that
at each
gif
other.
where they just look at each
Oh,
other. I'm
dude,
like,
it's so
oh my
intense.
God.
The feels. Seeing that trailer.
Eddie,
It
I want to see
feels-
you do the push-up though,
Which
with the
push-up?
rope.
What
Did
does
you
he
see?
do?
Did you watch the trailer?
I did watch the trailer, but I don't
Push up
like.
the
Did you
rope?
see
I don't remember
Drago Jr. fucking do
Yeah.
the push-up with the goddamn whip ropes?
Yeah,
Oh, where he's
he was
like-
whipped. He was in
I
the
don't know.
air
I'm
and
not
did the
doing that
whip.
shit.
Yeah, no,
Push
you're
up.
gonna do it.
No,
You
I'll do.
You gonna do it, and you gonna do it right, okay?
You gonna learn dice.
You gonna learn
On that
today.
note, I've never felt more out of shape in my life until I saw this trailer. Holy shit, dude! This guy, whoever's playing young Drago Jr., dude, he makes Michael B. Jordan look so small.
I don't know where they
Holy
find him.
shit.
Let me back. So, is there weight classes in this fucking thing?
No, of course.
Like,
Have you seen the other Rockies?
No, it's amazing.
Because
wait.
No,
he
no,
fought
come on.
Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan outweighed him by like
Sure.
100 pounds.
Like 80 pounds. for sure.
Mr. T probably weighed him by at least 80
sir,
pounds.
Actually, he
Adam,
was
weight class?
he was heavier than
We do
Mr. T in
heart
that movie.
class.
Oh, was he?
Hard
Yeah.
class.
Heart class, not weight class. Heart
Yeah.
class.
His heart's
Yeah.
up here,
Yeah.
right? So, all right.
But this
Anyway.
guy is massive.
He's also
dude.
like
Drago had him by
5'2".
like
I'm a-
75 pounds and like 6 inches.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm a
Like,
big
tag
fan
him-
of.
You're gonna tag him one time and he fucking.
I'm
fall
a
on
big
his
fan of
face.
Dolph Lundgren, guys. So I will watch the movie specifically for his
dude, I'll
Dolph
be there
Lundgren
with
is
you, bro.
probably literally the most talented actor. Like, just, and I don't mean like as an actor. I mean like he plays piano.
He's a
like,
scientist.
he can
He's a
sing. He's
scientist,
a
yeah.
fucking
Oh.
rocket scientist and
Yeah.
shit.
Literally.
So he's the most talented
He's
actor
like-
outside,
Have you guys
of,
seen that?
outside of acting.
Yes.
Basically.
Have you guys seen the fucking
Yes.
He has
about
the most
science
talent. I
and
think.
on
Yes.
YouTube, and it's literally like they're asking him some like fucking like biochemist shit, and he's like on the fly answering the questions, and the other guy is like it's between him and Kyle for Sci-Fi, and then Kyle Hill is like trying to figure it out, and like Dolph Lundgren is like, I already know the answer. Well, you figure it out. You tell me the answer, and Dolph Lundgren is like, okay, keep going. You're close.
Smart-ass guy, huh?
And then the Dolph Lundgren is like, okay, let's move on. You're right. That's the answer. Just go on. And then like, damn, Dolph, I'm a fan of you. I'm a big fan.
Damn, Dolph. So the most talented actor outside of acting. Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sign me up for the movie.
Yep,
Oh,
we're
We're
there.
gonna see this. This looks amazing. I am so excited.
What
for
if it's a
this.
prequel for or a post-quel? I don't know what you guys call it. For what do you call it?
A pre-sequel.
you go.
Expendables. Oh, this is what happens when they all break up.
Who wants to take a bet though? Is Rocky dead at the end of this?
No.
Nope.
They
Really?
Just, there's
No.
a third movie.
Yeah,
Nah.
they're gonna milk the shit out of it.
Because they want to
So-
milk the shit out of this,
it's the
and
third
plus
movie.
he's too busy doing Rambo.
There's a third movie.
Oh yeah, Rambo 5's coming out.
Mm-hmm. Rambo 5's coming out.
Yeah.
And there's a third movie.
Well, I know that, but you don't need Rocky for Creed. What I'm saying.
Well, yeah, you do.
You
Why-
tell
why
that
is he gonna
to
die?
Sylvester Stallone, who funded the first movie, and is the reason why they're making a second one because he wanted to make it
He
happen.
doesn't have to necessarily
Sylvester
be in it.
Stallone will be like the old man in the first Rocky.
Sylv-
he's gonna be
Like,
Mickey.
in the corner, right? Yeah.
Come on, you bum.
Yeah, come
If anything, like Sylvester Stallone's gonna be like force projected in the movie. Like, it's gonna be like
He'll be a fucking Jedi
Well,
ghost.
Yeah,
He's not a
exactly.
Jedi. Come
But Stallone's like the buffest old coach.
Is
Come on, you bum.
is Dolph Lundgren just gonna take a cheap shot and kill him, or what do you think's gonna happen? He's not a boxer anymore.
Age? I don't know. Life? Just gonna kill the old man?
Life's just gonna
He
kill
had
the
too
old
mean,
man.
much-
shit.
He had too much fucking salami.
He was almost dead in the first Creed.
E.
Spoilers.
coli, that's what you get for punching them raw meat.
If you guys saw the first movie, you would notice. Shit.
What's next on the trailer?
Moving on. We
Creed
got
2, Rocky dies.
We got
Calling it right now.
Bumblebee.
I love it. I'm gonna
Yes.
watch it.
I'm excited because they showed the old school bots. It got me
Yes.
there.
I
They
will
should have
say-
called this Bumblebee.
I will-
Fuck you,
I will
Michael
say
Bay.
this, they finally got the Transformers look right.
But
Yes.
why did it take so long? Why
Yes.
the fuck did
Michael
it
Bay's
take
not doing this.
so
That's why.
Yeah, because Michael
long?
Bay. That's why.
Yeah.
Fucking, he screwed
So-
everything up.
Yes.
The only
Um,
hard part is like
yes.
every time I see John Cena, just dun 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 dun, and I'm like,
But
oh man.
the one part I didn't like in the trailer is they are flying in, right? And then they transform into cars, and then they immediately transform into bots. I'm like, why do they need to go from one to the other to go bots? Why
for
not just,
easier
like,
landing. Have
because
you,
they're
fucking
fancy.
other.
have you
They're
ever
fancy.
jumped out of anything with momentum? It hurts your fucking
I
ankles,
agree
bro.
with A.
You gotta roll into
They're
the wheels.
Transformers.
And
The
they
wheels on the bus
transform
goes
into-
round and round, Adam.
But if they
Goes round and
transform-
round.
If they transform into the robots, they have feet, and they
It's gonna hurt
they
them
do
right
feel
away.
pain because that's
do
how they
take
die.
Steps and
So
stuff.
if they turn into a
That's
vehicle,
not how
they can
momentum
roll.
works. I'm telling you, go take a running jump and just put your feet, plant them, see what happens. You're going face forward. They roll. They got them.
All right, let's go find out. We'll be right back.
Yep. Science trip.
We're gonna go do parkour. Be right back.
But- Yeah,
And now
it's-
Adam has scars on his face. See, come back.
Anyways, this looks fucking awesome. I am so excited. Optimus looks like Optimus. Soundwave looks like Soundwave. He has rabbits
Oh
coming
my
out of his
God,
chest.
yes.
It's so awesome.
Yes, bro.
Yes.
That was
When I
good.
saw
It's on
that,
Cybertron. Yes.
oh,
I haven't seen the trailer.
Cybertron
the
looks
hell?
like
get
Cybertron.
the fuck out of here!
And Bumblebee, they finally got his height correct. He wasn't the biggest
Yeah,
fucking
he's
bot.
little.
And
He's
and
a fucking bug.
And
They
yeah,
finally got that right,
they
too,
finally got
so-
the ears on him. I'm like, well,
Uh.
God, thank God they got the. I mean, I'm a big fucking Transformers fan. Just ask my wife, you know. But because of that, oh my God, when I saw the clips, there's the trailer and there's special clips with the trailer, the extended one. Watch it. I'm fucking excited. I'm legit excited.
He's got some new clips in the.
Yeah,
kinda like
it's
the 30
basically
second
it
previews
explains,
and
and
stuff.
the trailer explains why Bumblebee was kind of banished by and
Right.
what happened to him.
Okay.
And the whole thing is about Optimus, that selfish motherfucker. But
How dare you?
hey, I love Optimus. I'm
Okay.
saying.
So December 21st. What are you guys watching? Bumblebee or Aquaman?
I'm watching it all.
Both.
I'm watching it all.
Well, first one. Which one are you
I
gonna
don't
see
have
first?
time.
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee
Because
I'll see how much time Adam has, then I'll be like, which one you want to watch?
or Deadpool
first?
2.1?
I'm watching Aquaman first.
Okay, then we watch
Oh, yeah?
Bumblebee.
Everyone watch
Actually,
Aquaman.
it'll be Deadpool 1.9 because it's minus
Yeah,
1.8.
1.8 going back.
1.4.
Actually,
Actually, it'd be less than 1 because, goddammit.
Deadpool 0.5.
That was the first one's rated R. But if you had rated R and PG the second one, would it be?
Man, I'm so angry.
I was gonna say,
NC-17?
It's so
it'd be a
disappointing.
smart idea, Adam, because we watch Aquaman first, right? Finish a bucket of popcorn, then get the free refill, then go watch Bumblebee.
Works for me.
Perfect plan,
Yeah,
bros.
yeah,
Perfect
works for
plan.
me.
I think I want Bumblebee first, honestly.
That's what I'm watching that. I'm watching that first.
I'll probably be
I'm watching
working.
You would be.
You got
No,
time.
no.
to
The
request
question is,
off.
which one are you gonna watch first? We're not-
Okay, which one comes out on DVD first?
Oh, come on.
What?
This guy.
You have time to request off. Come on.
I have
Yeah,
time
no.
to request off.
It's December 21st, fool.
It'll
on.
be in
It's
theaters
in the
for like
holiday
6
season.
months.
I work at a casino.
It'll
I'm
be
not
busy.
getting
It'll
any
be
of those
slammed.
days off.
Like I said, you have time.
Again, I worked in a casino
Don't worry,
before.
it's gonna be in theaters for a while.
I know exactly for like at least a month.
We'll get you.
Or hear me out. You can actually take a date there to go watch a movie.
Unless
We're gonna go start a fight at Green Valley Ranch. And then you get called. You're like, can we get Eddie McGowan?
We know him.
And then kidnap you.
Ask for
Throw
6'7".
you in the van.
6'7", my unit number.
You'll be the new MacGyver. It'll be the McGowan.
Eddie
I
6'7"?
know, it should've been 6'8".
Unit 6 to 7. Is that what it is?
Moving on, 69.
6'7".
We got
Anybody
a
else
new
here? Come on.
trailer for Fantastic Beasts 2.
Oh, yeah, I did see
It
this
showed
trailer.
a whole lot more of
Magic.
a lot more magic, but also of Johnny Depp as a villain. I kind of like his character design. I'm curious to see him as the new Voldemort.
An evil Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, kind of.
So that's all it is.
Are you saying he's no different than Jack Sparrow?
It looks like Jack Sparrow to me, but he's just not smiling.
Is it doing it?
And he's got white hair, and he's got shorter white hair. That's all exactly. And I'm going, okay. Now, don't get me wrong. I like the
Does
first
he do the
movie.
hand thing like Jack Sparrow? Like,
But he's waving his hands like he's doing some magic spell and shit. So yeah, I don't know. Fuck that. I'm just saying
no
that.
one remembers this in
We'll see.
the Pirates movie.
Yeah.
And then they make fun of like someone's like, "Have you ever seen Jack?" And he's like, "This, no, okay,
No.
that's okay."
So you said more magic. So the first movie I feel was a whole lot like
Pokemon.
Pokemon. Gotta catch
Pokemon
them all,
Go.
right?
Yeah.
So and then this one
Pokemon Go.
seems like it's more into that Harry Potter kind of magic role, a little bit
Correct.
more dark.
I know I'm
and,
losing
you know-
nerd cred, but I didn't see the first one either.
Yeah, me neither.
It's worth
I thought it
watching.
was really good.
It's
It's
worth
just
watching.
So
not
we're cutting
of
off
the
your camera
same
for the next 5 minutes.
genre. You know, if you take the two apart, like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, you know, that's kind of like that.
Okay, so where does this take place in the timeline? Because this is
Before
obviously
Harry
way
Potter.
before.
So
way
this is before
Harry
Harry
Potter.
It's when Harry
Yeah.
Potter's parents were still younger, and so everything. Dumbledore is still really, really young.
And
Before,
Isn't this in America also?
no,
Oh, really? Okay,
London.
I heard that wrong.
London.
London.
It's all London. So,
Blood.
but yeah, the whole thing is all
Muggles.
before. A lot of it is when magic is. There's still no laws.
It's
where,
still being established.
well, no, there's a whole degree of like magic exists, but no one knows about it. There's no laws like kind of
Forbidding them to
forbidding
use it.
to
in
use
front
it.
of
So
regular
there's an
people.
actual like magic police to kind of watches everyone, don't make sure that
Oh,
they
yeah.
don't fuck shit up. And so when this guy in the first movie, he comes into London, his bags gets checked, and then his bag was actually unlatched, and so all these fucking monsters comes out of his bag. And that's how the movie starts off. And so because the magic police wasn't there to actually do their fucking job.
Well, technically they're not monsters. They're more
Or
like animals.
beasts. Animals.
Are they
Fantastic
fantastic
Beasts.
beasts?
Which that damn.
Wait,
Get outta here.
so where's this?
Pokemon.
I'm just saying.
Where's
they're
this
not
magic police in
They're
the Harry
not
Potter
monsters. They're
world?
Pokemon.
And you have
I
to
think
watch
they
the
eventually-
whole-
even say
that's
Pokemon.
where it gets really magical because the magic police is the one that kind of goes, oh shit, we got to control all this shit, and which comes down to the second one where I'm excited for this one also because I want to see why all of a sudden in Harry Potter no magic is allowed in the world. In Earth, so I want to see what
Okay.
exactly happened. No magic, so they went from we can use a little bit of magic, so don't get caught. You got magic police fucking watching, is all of a sudden none at all. So
This is the thing that always bothered me with Harry Potter. It's like they just have like unending magic, like like when you play Final Fantasy or something, you have mana points. It's like basically you're getting fatigued, right? Your character is using too much magic.
What cost
what
do they
stops it?
have?
Like why doesn't he just go around and do the
Abracadabra.
and just kill everyone? Like there seems to be no like they have a laser show at the end of Deathly Hallows, but like what dictates how long he can keep his laser up? You know what I'm saying?
same thing as Dragon Ball Z.
Endurance.
No,
Endurance.
Same as
Dragon Ball Z has chi, and they run out of it eventually.
That's the same. That's the same
but they-
idea with Harry Potter in the movies, at least.
Did they say
specifically.
that in the? Where do they say that in the
Is
movies?
it
'Cause I feel like
Prisoner of Azkaban? They were talking about how like controlling the animal within them and all that stuff, and they're talking about in the movie specifically talking about how like the more you believe in it, the more it'll come out, and that's how this all come in.
So it's
So
just believe in yourself,
but
Eddie.
isn't that just his
Force.
his thing that protects him from
The Patronus.
the Patronus?
yeah,
But
that's the whole idea.
Is that an STD?
Is that an alcohol?
That's the protection for STD, Sam. It's the brand of Trojan Patronus.
The
yeah.
Patronus.
Wait, so the whole Fantastic Beast story, this is all original though, right? None of this is based on books, anything
No, she
previously
did-
written?
It's
No,
based
no,
on books.
it's her
Oh,
books.
It's
She
just
wrote
an
it.
extended
She wrote
version.
it.
It's,
Is this
Because it's
so
like basically a prequel of her
I have
books.
no
Because
idea.
obviously you're talking to a noob right here. So was all like so obviously Harry Potter came out
Noob.
first. So Fantastic
Yeah.
Beasts, like the books came out after
The-
Harry
yeah,
Potter.
these were written after,
Okay.
and now they're turned
But
into
it's
a
a
movie
prequel.
because the
Right.
properties they want to make more money.
So how many of these movies are they making?
Depends on how much they make on this one
Yeah,
because what they're doing
This
is
one will
going
make
film
money
by
and they'll
film.
make another.
Because the first one they weren't sure how it's going to play out, but once they saw the numbers, they greenlit the second one right away. Like less than a week later, they already started casting and everything.
Well, how many books
So-
are there?
there's
That
only
I don't
one,
know.
There's only one Fantastic Beast, I believe.
Okay.
He'll just stretch it out like the
I was
Hobbit.
curious, like the Hobbit. Yeah.
Fucking Hobbit.
I mean, I may be wrong. I'm not the biggest Harry
Moving
Potter
on,
fan, so-
moving on. All right, Sam. This one's your favorite here. Holmes and Watson.
Woo!
Oh, God.
Yes, sign me up.
Yes, no shit, Sherlock. That was kind of the one funny line. All right, so somebody else talk about this movie.
Holmes and Watson? What? What's going on?
It's Will
It's a,
Ferrell.
it's a Will Ferrell
and John C. Reilly.
John C.
You're
Reilly,
playing Sherlock Holmes and
Sherlock
Watson.
Holmes and Watson. That's all I know. I didn't see the trailer. I saw it on Twitter, and I was like,
It has
okay.
stepbrother magic,
Hey,
and I'm ready for
I'm
it.
already in. Will
Yeah.
Ferrell.
If it's a
I
classic
mean,
Will Ferrell,
he hates
I'm in.
Will Ferrell, so
It is,
of
it
course
is.
he hates it.
What the hell
I
is
saw
wrong
this
with
tra-
you, bro?
I can't
Some of
do
the
him
funniest.
on some movies. I just can't.
Get Hard. You've never seen Get Hard?
Hell no. I've seen
Yeah.
it, but it was not funny.
Bro,
Oh.
some of the lines is like fucking genius. I hope you got your
This is-
Costco card because you're about to get dick in bulk.
This is
Fuck,
marijuana.
bro, like, yo, who comes up with that shit?
This is marijuana. It's not addictive, and it just makes you hungry.
Yeah.
So stupid. You don't want any part of this.
Classic,
Isn't
like,
that
this is
Walk
San
Oh, you know
Diego.
what? I'm stupid.
That's-
yes.
that's
Walk
Walk
Hard.
Hard.
My
It's
bad.
that's one of my
German, it
favorite-
means a whale's vagina.
Okay,
Nothing?
I saw this trailer. This looks fucking stupid. I'm not gonna lie, and I love these two actors together, but like maybe a couple of these things made me chuckle. Like I feel this is gonna be one of those movies that's really hilarious. It's gonna be like an Anchorman sort of thing where it's gonna have that subtle like quippy humor, or
The
this is
greatest
gonna be,
movie ever.
or this is gonna be
I
semi-pro,
agree.
where
I
it was
love
just.
se- hey,
I
I
like
like
semi-pro.
semi-pro. It was funny.
The funniest part was the opening
Uh,
beginning with the "Love Me, Love
uh,
Me Sexy," whatever the fuck that song was that he was singing. That was the funniest part of it.
I like
Everything else
that.
about
I
this
Is it
like
movie
semi-pro or
semi-pro.
semi-pro?
Semi-pro.
Semi-pro. It
Semi-pro?
doesn't matter. Shitty Will Ferrell movie.
I like that movie. Hey,
that
Woody
movie too.
Harrelson is in it.
Yeah, like he
Uh,
makes him like do
he-
like
he
the
was in
practice
Solo.
until he throws up or some shit.
Something. It was
I
dumb.
only saw it like once.
I don't
Or
know.
he was fighting a bear.
Oh yeah.
Anchorman was funny. This
Anchorman
movie
is
itself
funny.
was
Anchorman
I
is
don't know.
perfection.
Did you see the kind of spoof on the other, the Robert Downey Jr. version, where he's
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
going into like the math and the slow mo and stuff? I was
No.
like,
The
oh
what?
my goodness.
Yeah, he
You
does
know,
it.
the Guy Ritchie version of
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock
He
Holmes, where they in
sees
the fight
everything
scenes, yeah,
before
he
it
kind of
happens,
slows
Yeah,
and
down.
then
and
it
he
just
calculates everything ahead.
happens.
he gets bullet time, you know.
Yeah.
All beautiful mind.
So he kind of spoofed that in the trailer where he's like trying to squish a fly and, like,
And then-
doing some angles
and then
and
they-
shit and slows down. And
I'm in. I'm watching it.
No. Also, at the end of the trailer, it's all of them together taking a selfie on the old camera, like that big ass camera with
yeah,
the
with
four
the giant
legs.
little ass tripod, he's trying to get a
He-
selfie.
He's trying to
with some
hold
old
it and
lady.
get a selfie.
Fucking dumb.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
I like it
cautiously
already.
That's
optimistic.
what I'm
where,
saying.
like,
I'm in, bro.
These,
I'm
these
in.
jokes look really stupid,
it's
but
on
they
the
could be really
$5
funny or not.
bid,
okay.
No,
I'm
not
in.
even close.
I'm in.
All right.
This
You
will be
would
great.
be-
movie.
All right. So real quickly, First Man.
Oh
Look,
yeah.
I hope he survives. I
hope he
wonder if he
survives.
survives.
It's not going to be fake. It's all going to be like
What?
shot in a
Hey,
Are you
garage.
talking
Hey,
about
hey, hey.
If
It's
Stanley
the,
Kubrick makes a
myth-
cameo, then I know it's not true.
Mythbusters busted all those fucking things. We went to the moon
Fuck space.
How do you know?
because I just told
He
you.
was there.
Mythbusters.
Remember, he's been training for the Space Force.
Bro, I've
Oh,
been
yeah.
training for Space Wars, man. We gotta go kill them aliens before they come to us.
Yeah. Gagne's over there
the,
holding
uh,
down the fort right now.
Wait, it'd be Jeff Goldblum or Will Smith?
Uh, uh.
Yeah. So for those
Yeah.
that don't know, First Man is Ryan Gosling, and he plays Neil Armstrong.
Is it Neil Armstrong
Yeah.
for legit
Yeah.
as him,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
is
yeah.
it the other guy?
No,
No,
Buzz Aldrin.
he's Neil Armstrong.
This
Yeah,
is
he's
Hollywood
Neil.
pretty
There's,
Neil
there's
Armstrong.
a Buzz Aldrin in the movie.
Yeah,
Uh,
Aldrin. Yeah.
Yeah,
And, it's
it
gonna be
looks like
directed-
it's gonna be
yeah.
like Oscar worthy.
It's directed by Damien Chazelle, who directed
Oscar bait.
Whiplash, and he also directed.
yeah.
Oh shit, what the hell is it? La La Land. Yes, thank you.
Oh, right.
So yeah,
Thank you,
two of my
ghostly
favorite movies in the
voice.
past 5 years. Yes, sir. Stay checking back. Thank you. Yeah. So this is definitely Oscar bait, but I think it looks good.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is Oscar bait I'm
Yeah,
in
it
for.
looks
so,
like Apollo 13, and I love that
yeah,
movie.
I see that.
Yeah.
Apollo 13 was great.
Next on the list, Bad Times at the El Royale.
Yes.
I just saw the
It
trailer
looks
for
fucking
this.
crazy, dude.
And I am excited for this.
I am very excited just because, like I said before, it just reminds me of Smoking Aces. So I'm ready for the craziness, the madness. It's definitely, it looks like a good cast. Look like there'll be a lot of one-liners, a lot of twists and turns, definitely a lot of violence. So I'm there. I'm totally down. Yep. Take my money.
Yeah. I'll wait for it to come out on HBO.
HBO, shit, man. That's like past Netflix, and then like another
Redbox.
6 months.
That's how much you didn't care about.
There we go.
Stay tuned for Jose's
Hey.
review in 2 years.
Exactly. Hey, who saw that? Who saw that movie with the fucking Express one? Murder on Express.
Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah, who saw that movie?
I still haven't seen it yet.
Exactly. It had a ton of great cast. Oh my god,
yeah, that
everyone's like,
doesn't-
"Oh
I
my
mean,
god, it's great!" Oh,
Yeah,
and then
nobody
no
watched
one
it.
fucking watched
I actually use Murder on the Oriental Express on my DVR. I play it when I want to go to sleep.
Ooh, actually, speaking of that movie, the sequel, Death on the Nile, I think it's called. My God, Gal Gadot got cast in there, so she's one of the first actresses.
Wait, they made a
confirmed.
sequel?
Yeah, they did. I think it's called Death on the
I'll
Nile.
watch
I will
anything Gal
confirm that.
Gadot's in because I love her.
Eddie, go
Gal
watch this
Gadot.
movie.
So that means
Is
he
this
likes
gonna-
Fast and Furious.
Is it going to be in the same train?
She's
You
in
have,
Fast
you have
and
to now.
Furious.
You have
I'm
to
not
like
watching
Fast and
it.
Furious
No,
now because
no,
she's in
I
it.
don't have to like anything.
Gal Gadot.
You just made. You just said
Eddie, find me. Right?
you'll like whatever
Wow.
she's in.
Yeah,
I've
it's,
seen your husband. Find me.
yeah, she's gonna be. So is Kenneth Branagh, who was also in the first one, who also directed. So yeah. There you
All
go.
right, that's all I have as far as trailers.
Did you guys check out all the mini trailers for Titan?
No.
Titan.
Titans?
Titans.
We'll
Oh.
wait until it comes out.
They posted all the mini trailers for every character this week,
Oh God.
and it looks
Oh,
weak.
you know what? Somebody did post the one for Beast Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me. I sent it to the group.
Yeah.
It looks weak as hell.
I'm not
it-
watching
kind of dumb
that
as shit.
show
A lot
unless
of teen angst.
Unless you
from all
guys
the trailers.
all watch it and you're like, oh, it's amazing. I'm not gonna watch it.
Don't
I
worry,
say- I
it's
say
on the
let's
DC
do a-
universe, bro.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to log into that. I want to go read like
Everything.
everything because
Yes.
I've only read Superman really.
I'm still a little iffy about it just because like I turn it on. I'm like, okay, what's there to watch besides Batman animated
It
series?
doesn't
Oh, no,
have
no.
Nothing.
It
But the
doesn't have
comic
a
book-
good search function. Like
It
I
does
feel
not.
like there's a lot.
You gotta have Apple TV, bro.
I haven't used the app at all. Do they have? Are they like Marvel's app where they are 6 months behind on comic books, or are they up to date?
I don't think they're up to
I
date.
don't know. They're definitely
They're
not
not up to date.
Because I actually
Garbage.
was trying to
It's,
look
it's
they're
all
for
the
not-
old
they're
stuff,
not-
not the new
they're
stuff.
But how far back?
Like this year,
2011.
like some
What
of
the fuck?
well, some of the rebirth stuff from like a year or two ago was on there.
That's still what the fuck.
yeah, it's still pretty
Well,
old.
I mean,
don't feel too bad because not all the seasons of like Lois and Clark is even there. It's like only the
Okay,
fourth
okay.
season.
It doesn't matter, dude.
First
They already
of all,
censored Batman's dick.
no.
You can't see it.
I already saw it. I saw it.
You don't know you're
I had to
gay.
see.
Look
That way.
at the smile on your face. It's so.
It was
pretty.
hilarious. I thought it was funny because they're like, oh, we have an adult comic. All right, let's put Batman's dick in it. That's what makes
And then
adult
it's gotta-
things adult,
and then
right?
you gotta scrub it the next day.
Yeah,
Same
like,
day. Same day.
Fucking
That was so retarded. Like, why apologize for something that you were gonna do already?
I'm just, you know what I'm
Like,
just happy about is that we didn't get a bunch of people coming out and being like, if it was a woman naked, it would have been fine. Because no, it wouldn't have. Because still, nudity doesn't make anything an adult. Unless you're 14, then you think it makes things an adultish.
Oh, please explain.
I just did.
And plus,
He's
that's,
like,
that's
that
why
was
they
the
created
explanation,
hentai.
not the question.
What?
Anyway,
Yeah, what are we talking about?
but like, right? Like,
Batman's
Marvel's
dick,
like everything.
I know. Why are we
6
talking about
months,
this?
6 months previous, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
something like that.
the-
It's,
it's
they're
like-
older.
yeah,
they're
it's
older
like
stuff.
The Marvel app.
but it's like 6 months. Like you're behind only 6 months. That's pretty good.
That's not terrible.
That's not terrible.
Yeah.
Like especially considering you're getting access to all of the comics.
Not all the comics for Marvel
you
Universe.
do.
It's like classic staple stuff.
Yeah,
you
the
know,
classic
essential
staple,
stuff
not
you
all
should
of it,
know, but
yeah.
not everything.
Trust me, I
Uh,
have Marvel Universe Unlimited, and
I had it too.
I have it still, and like it's like okay, great.
Which ones are you, what's missing? Because I'll be going through and I'm like, I don't need to know why Spider-Man changed his underwear.
There's just like specialty stuff, like if you're a fan of the special, like someone was telling me about it, like the Spider Ham or something like that. It's not on there or
Like the spider,
some-
the
Spider
universe.
Ham.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah, the Spider
Spider-Man
Pig.
Yeah.
Okay,
Spider-Man.
guys.
Wasn't that
Again,
this in The Simpsons?
You're saying all of it. It's not
Okay,
all.
you're
of it.
right.
Okay,
You
so
didn't get
just-
the useless crap. You got all the stuff that's important.
But perhaps
fucking-
you
you
can
can
look at
read-
it that way.
Maybe people
Look
care
up the
about
history of
Spider-Man.
Captain Marvel.
You talked to that
and
one
all
person that
this
likes the
shit.
ham, and he just broke their heart. I'm just saying. He's like, "What? I fucking paid $99 for this shit for the whole year, and I can't get my fucking ham." My
But
Spider.
I mean, like,
My
that's,
Spider-Ham.
I just think that's.
Spider-Ham.
But by the way,
Spider-Ham.
new
But-
Spider-Man game. How come you can't be fucking Spider-Ham? I'm just saying.
Because he's
Wait
so
for the
tiny.
DLC, bro.
We got DLC coming out.
Yeah,
We got
wait
like
for the
9 more
DLC.
costumes
Yeah.
coming.
Also, I'm only like 8 hours into that game.
Oh, dude,
And
so much
I-
happens.
I definitely so far don't see how you think it's better than God of War.
Really?
What?
Like, I mean, maybe the fact that you guys are all like super hardcore comic book fans and that gives you that advantage, but so far the story is not
Let me
like
tell you this much.
groundbreaking.
Wait.
Like
This Spider-Man is really slow at the beginning.
It is.
And it takes a little while to get into the build up, and then you hit like a certain point, and it's like
What are you mainly focusing on? Is my question.
Where are you?
Everything.
Where are you?
But I
No,
mean,
no, don't.
that's the thing.
Focus
That's the
on the
I
main
mean,
story. Focus
I
on the main
have
story.
like I'm literally playing this game like an hour at a time when I get time.
Focus your main story only, and trust me, you'll finish it in like 2 days.
Turn
3
all the
days.
towers first.
But I mean, you didn't even play God of War.
wait.
I'm
Real
I
quick.
talking-
did actually.
As far as the story goes,
When
where-
did you play God of War?
The new
Because-
God of War.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of it.
A little bit of.
But I played
the story in Spider-Man, but I played a little bit of God of War.
That's
I
what
played
I'm
all the rest
saying.
of the God of War. What's the
Hold on.
difference?
Back to Spider-Man. Where in the story are you?
You take one game of Spider-Man.
I don't even fucking know.
takes
That's
4
how
games
long
to God of
ago.
War
I
to
know I did the stupid. He lost his house.
you see Miles Morales yet?
Seen Miles, of course. I saw that scene that was in the PSX or whatever. That whole like that was awesome. And no, it does not.
He's not.
change
He's not
Uncharted.
he's not
Like,
halfway through it yet.
No, you said that it puts Uncharted to shame. Uncharted does all these things without button prompts. So, no.
Uncharted is very on rails. There's a lot more.
Uncharted is a
Literally running and it goes X. X. How is that not
saying
on
that-
rails?
Finish the game first. Dan.
Finish the game. But then I guarantee you,
Uncharted 2.
Eddie's gonna find a way to like hate on the game because like
I don't
it's-
hate the game. I fucking love the game. There's a difference between loving a game and saying it's better than another game.
Well, because it is.
Very true.
Well,
Anyways,
No,
in your opinion.
yeah, in
That's
my
how
opinion-
opinions work.
In our opinion,
In my opinion,
Anyways.
God of War is the game of the year.
where did this?
Spider-Man's really good, but God of War is.
Where did
And-
this subject start? Because we were somewhere totally different before.
Comic books.
We're
of some type.
Batman's penis.
No,
Yeah.
before that. We were
I don't
That
know.
or
we
Wayne.
were at I don't know. How did we get there?
I have no
Well, no,
idea.
because we were
cares?
literally talking
'Cause
about
Eddie's
DC.
here.
Yeah.
DC
Oh,
Online.
That's
Anyway,
how-
moving on.
Oh, we're talking about
Let's just,
Titans.
let's just
Oh,
get
Titans.
And
Doesn't
why
look
I'm not
great.
going to watch it.
Doesn't look great. Moving on.
Yeah. Let's get to some Netflix. They
Cross it
put
off.
out their upcoming schedule. They
Yes.
have a ton of like unique original stuff coming out.
Hopefully, it's all good or a majority of it. this
Majority
time.
of it.
Yeah.
Sam, you want to start? We had Daredevil season 3 put out
Ooh.
a new little
Yes.
snippet.
So the new little trailer of Murdoch in the darkness by the fire, and then we see Kingpin in his original comic book costume. From what I see,
Which
my
is?
assumption is going to be the
For those who
redemption
haven't seen the
storyline.
trailer.
Oh, the white suit. Oh,
White
man.
suit with black shirt.
Oh, it looks so sick and so dope. Just to see Vincent D'Onofrio, retake the role. Like he's such
I
a
didn't watch
good
the trailer.
Kingpin.
Oh, yeah.
Like
It's like 30 seconds.
Well, yeah, it's really
Yeah, yeah,
short.
yeah.
Well, I
it's
mean,
a
I'm
show.
not going to watch the trailer even if they
No,
release a real one because I'm going to
really
watch Daredevil because it's my
Yeah.
favorite Netflix show.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like I
Very
get
true.
like my theory is going to be the redemption storyline, and the fact that this season they're gonna introduce his mom at the church. I think that's gonna be really really cool because we're gonna pick up at the end of Defenders where Matt Murdock's recovering. So I feel like this first half of the season he's not gonna wear the suit at all. He's gonna go back to the just that
Yeah, he doesn't
cloth
have any
black
armor.
mask. Yeah, he's just gonna go back and like I said redeem himself, and then I think near the middle of the season he'll probably feel like he earned the costume.
Do I have to watch the Defenders and stuff to keep up with
No.
the?
No.
Probably not.
No.
Yeah.
Here's what
Maybe,
happened.
maybe,
in
maybe just the last 2 episodes.
here's what
Yeah,
happened.
yeah.
Defenders. Look. Here's what happened. They all met up. They all fought somebody.
Whoa,
No
whoa.
one really cares about it.
bro,
Yeah.
you forgot
And then
you forgot the best part. Defenders. I'm Danny Rand.
Oh, God, I hate that guy.
I can
Yeah,
buy this
more-
building.
I'm
Yeah.
the
anyone-
Immortal Iron
Did
Fist.
anyone,
They all
did
fought
anyone
something
watch
on
the
the
new
ground.
Season? Is it good?
He
They-
wants.
they
He
all
actually said
met
that
up.
Iron Fist 2 was good.
They all-
Iron Fist season 2 is a lot better.
Season 2's a lot better.
Is he still trying to be Batman?
No.
I don't know. He's
The
actually
Defenders.
No, that's
they-
Green Arrow.
they
wait,
all-
wait. The
hold on.
glowing hand, glowing fist. Does it look better this season too?
Does he know martial arts now?
He actually
yeah.
looks a lot
Oh,
better.
I knew
His
Kung
choreography
Fu.
is actually a lot better.
I
The
know
Defenders
Kung Fu.
basically they all met. They didn't like each other, and then they fought the hand again, and that was it. And then the
Is it
end.
the left hand or the right hand?
Both.
Hey.
And then the building fell on Matt
That's
Murdock.
handy.
He disappears. Everybody thinks he's dead. But no,
Yeah.
like you said, Sam, it's the Born Again
Yeah.
story arc that I think they're going with. But yeah, this is basically in the comics. Wilson Fisk finds out his actual identity as being Matt Murdock, and so with that, he ruins Matt Murdock, in every way possible.
tears him
So-
apart, dude.
Mhm.
It's gonna be so great.
And yeah, I think they might actually call him Kingpin this time around because he's full on Kingpin this time.
They
Thank
call
God.
him Kingpin in the first.
Did they?
They
First-
mentioned
yeah,
it
they mentioned
in
it.
prison.
Briefly, but he
Yeah,
didn't really
he said-
embrace that.
He
No,
said
no, no,
he's the
that's what I'm saying.
Kingpin.
Right,
But
right, right.
he didn't really embrace the villain role until
That's
the
not
very
his
last
title.
episode of the first season of Daredevil. That's why I love that arc because you kind of root for him, for most of the time until the very end, and he embraces that villain role, and I love that.
And the one thing I love too is the fact that when we saw Kingpin's storyline. It's like he was so calm and quiet until he flips the table
love
and
it.
goes all crazy. I'm like,
The
He
quiet-
just slams his
the
head on the
quiet
fucking table.
rage.
It's so good.
Well, the first time isn't like one of the first times the guy in that the fucking head in the truck door.
yeah.
Like he's just like he just
awesome.
and he's like, oh shit.
Well,
Well, there's that inner rage coming out.
Other casting for this season 2, I think I saw. So it's all but confirmed that actor named Wilson Bethel. I'm not sure. I've never heard of this guy. May be playing Bullseye, but I think we are definitely getting
Nice.
Bullseye.
There
We're
you
not
go.
getting that Irish ass biker
What?
version of
Bullseye.
Bullseye.
No Colin Farrell.
No,
No,
Colin
God.
Farrell.
No, God.
But I
no.
need Colin Farrell.
Is he gonna have a
Oh,
fucking
fuck
scar
that
bullseye on his head, or an
I don't
actual-
know. I haven't heard anything. No, but this guy's all but confirmed as Bullseye. I think it was actually kind of leaked because a trainer for the actors on stage, he took a shot with this guy and then also Charlie Cox.
Mhm.
And it says training with the boys, and it says hashtag Daredevil, hashtag Bullseye.
Oh,
So,
nice.
This
Okay.
guy's all but confirmed to be Bullseye. His role was originally described as a FBI agent with kind of mental issues, and then
Okay.
he's supposed to be playing a critical regular role, quote unquote.
Okay.
So I
This
think
season's
might
villain.
be our Bullseye, or
Cool.
at least our secondary
Nice.
villain.
I'm excited for that.
I'm excited.
Something new than besides the hand.
I think we're less than 10 days
Sick
away
of the
from it
hand,
too.
dude. The Hand was just boring, dude. And they've been around for what, the first season of Daredevil? They were around for
Every
first
fucking
season of
season, it
Iron
seems.
Fist. They were
You know what we
following
should do?
Defenders,
We should
second
do,
season of
uh,
Daredevil.
It's all about
Group
Vinny B.
watch. Like get
I'm
together
down.
and watch like the first
down.
episode or two. I think that'd be pretty cool.
If you don't finish it in one night.
I know.
I
Sam.
can't promise that. I can't promise that.
There's binge watching, and then there's Sam binge watching, and you, Sam, can binge watch.
I know what you're talking about, bro. You got no proof. You got no proof.
A lot of time.
I got a lot of text messages.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's private. That's private. You can't share that here.
And we see a lot of Facebook, Instagram Live.
Oh yeah, that too. This is me watching Infinity War for the 19th time.
This is my favorite scene.
No.
I don't
this
feel
one time,
so good.
This time I was trolling
Because
Eddie.
you're watching it.
You're
so-
embarrassing me in front of the witches.
No. And he was like, dude, stop watching Justice League. Because I would Snapchat video him. I'm like, guess what I'm watching? He's like, why? Why? There's so many other things to watch.
Mr.
The
Stark, I don't feel
animated
so
one?
good.
Huh?
Oh, not the
No.
animated one. Never mind.
The movie.
Anyway, moving on for some other Netflix stuff. We got Castlevania season 2.
Dude.
Can't
Yes.
fucking wait.
Yes.
You haven't seen the first one. It's only like
you-
5 episodes.
Nah,
Oh,
no.
yeah,
It's
it's
freaking
so
amazing.
fucking
55?
5.
Oh, 5.
55 episodes, I'd still be
Still
watching.
not enough.
I know what I'm saying. Like, I was like, only 55.
only
Who
55.
the hell?
Did
It's
you
like-
see one of the
that
little
a
clips
Dragon
they
Ball Z?
released? They fight one of the boss fights from Symphony of the Night.
Yes.
Ooh.
The gargoyle that carries the weird bird,
Oh,
the spear.
really? Oh, cool.
They fight him
Very
in this
cool.
little clip. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I hope it's going to be. Maybe know the episode count?
I
Have
think
you-
they
have you
said
seen it
8
yet,
this time,
Jose?
but I'm not
Oh,
sure.
I started watching the first season, and then I never finished it.
Oh,
It's
bro,
only
you
4
gotta
episodes,
finish, bro.
man. It's
Four
like
episodes,
30-minute
really good.
episodes.
Great animation, great voice casting.
Trevor Belmont is
Really,
my
really
fucking
good.
spirit animal.
You can still watch the entire
Like
season
he
before the
literally
first
starts
Godfather
off
is
and
over.
he's drunk and then he's like talking shit to other guys.
Is
and
that gonna be your
everything.
first tattoo?
I think we get Alucard in this one, too.
Yeah,
It looked like- yeah, he was. He was
Yeah.
at the end of the other one. He's
That's
just
right.
blonde.
That's right. Looking forward to that
You never
one.
played Symphony of the Night? You didn't
Nope.
play Castlevania?
Nope.
Get
Ah,
out.
Symphony of the
Ah.
Night.
Get
I
out.
think we,
Wait,
we
guys,
said that
guys,
last
guys.
week. Last
We
week,
forgive. We
PlayStation
forgive.
PlayStation
Classic.
Classic. Yeah.
I
yeah.
don't know that game.
Symphony of the Night is like. Did you ever play Super Metroid?
Yes.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night is that's where they get the Metroidvania, because they took what Metroid did, where you can go to different places after you unlock certain powers, and they put it in a Castlevania fucking game. And there's so many secrets in this game. Like, you can beat that game and never realize that there's a second half of that game where the castle is a copy of the castle upside down, and you have to go through all of that shit. And it's they made the
And
game,
it's like
the map.
It's kind of hard to get to, too.
Yeah.
So if you don't
The
fucking
map-
know.
The map was made just right that, like, by the time you get there, like, it's just crazy that it works. Like, it works that you can play that map upside down.
Yeah.
Everything is
It's
upside
really
down.
good. It's a classic.
It's a
It's
fucking
very
classic.
good.
I
You
feel,
have
I feel
to
like
play
you
Symphony of
look
the Night.
tempted now. You look tempted to check
No,
it out.
I'm like, I believe you.
Look up some vids.
Look up, yeah, it's fucking awesome.
I'll pull up the clips and
There you
that's
go.
it.
Also, we got, which I've seen a couple episodes of, Maniac with
Yeah, tell me
Jonah
that.
Hill and Emma Stone.
So what's that about?
It's all about, like, this clinical depression trial, and it's kind of this futuristic yet, like, old school design, like, everything's analog.
It seems
No.
like every episode
Yeah.
is different.
Yet, no, it's not like
Black
Black
Mirror.
Mirror. No.
Okay.
No, it's
yeah.
one continuous thing. But so far in the couple episodes I've seen, they're just trying to get into some clinical trial where they're trying to reprogram their brains or
Yeah.
something.
Is this like super bad 10 years later because they were all druggies in high school?
It's way more trippy than this. Way more trippy than that.
It kind of reminds me of Total Recall a little bit, where I'm not really sure what's real exactly. And the first 2 episodes are kind of the background for both lead characters. Jonah Hill's the first character. He's kind of like this depressive, kind of like just
kind of a loser,
kind of counting at it, kind of working 9-to-5 job kind of guy who hates his family.
Just kind of stuck in a
He's
rut
just
type
the
of
black
deal.
sheep of the family, and he's just like super depressed about life. So it's more about his backstory. Second episode's about with Emma Stone's character, and she's like sort of a junkie, druggy, just kind of an unlikable bitch until the end, and then you figure out what's really making her tick, and it's like, oh shit, it makes you really want to keep watching. So I've only seen those first 2 episodes, and I dig it.
Okay,
but
I'll check it
It
out.
very much kind of reminds me of like
I
Total
want to
Recall. Like I said.
say it kind of reminds me of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. There you go.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
In
You
the
got
kind
me.
of like all up in the head,
seen
and
it.
mind
Yeah.
games type of thing.
I'll check
So
it out then.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I dig it. I mean, I'm only a couple episodes in, but I recommend it. Go check it out.
Totally. Another one I want to mention is Fight World with Frank
Grillo.
Grillo, which is actually from Marvel. He played Crossbones. He's going into like all these kind of fight worlds and diving into like the underground fight scene.
Yeah.
Could be cool.
If we were talking about that,
and we were talking. He had a show before that where he would go. He would go to places where they would teach him their fighting style. Right, that's the one I'm thinking of, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so he would go to like places where they have
Like
extreme
He-
training.
he's
and-
real. He's legit.
Oh, yeah,
Frank
yeah.
Grillo, he's a legit fighter.
Yeah.
Like
And then Jose, you were saying something about him being an action star in China.
yeah, he's the Bruce Willis of today in China.
Yeah,
He's
big over there.
he's the biggest action hero, superstar in
Yeah.
China. American action superstar in China.
he's
That's
doing.
pretty
I
crazy.
think it's either White Tiger or Tiger Fang series. It's like him and like a bunch of Chinese superstars, and like these movies. Every time they release them, they're just killing it. Every
That
single film
Chinese
comes
market.
out, dude. Like the red carpet loves him over there.
Huh.
Yeah,
Should be interesting. I'd be curious to see some of those underground fighting styles.
Yeah.
definitely.
Also, we got the new Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. Is supposed to be
Supposed to
like
be dark,
a lot
right?
darker. Yeah,
Okay.
could be interesting.
Oh,
Maybe
I
It's
heard
a-
it's
it's-
written by the folks of Riverdale, right?
Yeah, it's a version of like Riverdale or something like that. I don't know.
I'm
I'm
Who
hoping
cares?
it's not going to be as
Teen
like
drama.
dramatic
Yeah,
as
God.
Riverdale.
I love.
Um,
You know what?
I've never seen
I liked
Riverdale.
Me neither,
funny
but-
Sabrina Teenage Witch, and the Black
Right.
Cat,
Melissa-
Salem?
What's the name?
Salem.
Clarissa.
Melissa,
Melissa Joan Hart.
Melissa
yeah,
Hart, yeah.
I liked her.
yeah, I liked her too. But the cat was my favorite part of that show. So
There you go.
Or the deep voice guy.
yeah.
He was always so
Sabrina.
sassy to her.
And then last
Sharpening
but
his
not
nose.
least that I saw was kind of an interesting anime you might look into. It's called Robozuna. It was kind of a mix between Reboot and Real Steel
Oh, it's an anime.
anime.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
And it looks like they just fight giant mechs and robots.
Oh,
kinda
okay.
like
Yeah,
those
I'm
two.
there.
So, yeah,
I'm watching.
that kind of interesting.
Yeah.
A lot more interesting original content I didn't write down, but yeah, check it out. Netflix got a lot of cool
Definitely.
stuff
When are they
coming.
coming out with a Gundam series or something?
The last
Dude.
one, what was it? Thunderbolt. You should watch that one. That one was really
so
good.
When
The
did that come out?
music, that came out a couple years ago.
in Netflix.
No.
No.
We go find it somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'm saying like Netflix come out with a Gundam series.
Well, they don't own the rights to Gundam.
Well, not
any
yet.
of 'em.
Or they have the rights for
won't-
like Godzilla, but not
They have-
Gundam.
Yes, because the people who make the Godzilla anime make Knights of Sidonia, which is a
Good series.
computer. Oh my god,
That was a good song.
that's
too.
yeah.
Yes. Muse.
Yes, Muse. They have their own song in there though. That's called the same thing. They made another anime called the company that makes it. Oh my god, the demi-human thing. What is that?
Oh, Ajin?
Ajin.
Yeah.
That's
Ajin.
a fucked up, fucking crazy
Yeah.
anime. That one's super fucked up.
Yeah.
Because it's like they find a human that basically there's
Can
these
die.
things that demi-humans, they can't die. The only way to find out if you are one
Is to
is
die.
if you die,
Right.
or you would
Sounds
die but
terrible.
you regenerate. And then all of the ones they try to capture them, like
And
any
run tests
government
on
would
them.
try
Yeah.
and try to dissect them and find out what makes them tick.
Sounds
Penis.
like a
That was a very
But the-
heartwarming moment.
But that's those
Damn
that,
it,
co-
Jose.
that company is the company that makes Godzilla, so they already work with Netflix.
Have
That's
you
the
watched
reason.
the animated Godzilla ones on Netflix?
Not yet. I want to.
They look kind of.
Jose
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, they look really good.
They look
so.
kind of cool.
It's very dramatic
Yeah.
in its form, and it's very slow in the beginning. But when it picks up, it picks up. For at least
It looks
for me.
kind of like
Try
like
Knights
a
of
Gundam
Sidonia.
movie.
Like it's
Is it subtitle?
no, you can get it dubbed. Anything that's made by Netflix will have an English dub. Usually,
you're gonna have to text me the
All right,
the
guys,
actual
We're
title.
running deep here.
Okay, let's
Hey,
do this.
that's
Let's
what
do
she
this.
said.
All right, let's jump into our AFI Top 100 coverage. We did the #1 movie on the list.
Citizen Kane.
Number one on the
Rosebud.
list. It was made in 1941. Little synopsis here.
Black and
It's
white.
from IMDb. Following the death of a publishing tycoon, news reporters scrambled to discover the meaning of his final utterance, which was Rosebud. So this movie was directed and starred by Orson Welles, who had never directed before, and he got basically his carte blanche to do whatever the hell he wanted to do. And he made this movie about this newspaper tycoon, which was a real-life guy at the time, and he did not want this movie to come out. He was basically the Trump of the time.
Yikes.
And this movie turned out to be one of the greatest accomplishments ever in
Nice.
some people's minds. And he's laughing at it. Let's jump to somebody who thought it was good. Somebody?
Actually,
Yeah.
to be honest, I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it?
Oh.
Fine.
Yeah, I had a
You
busy
son
week.
of a bitch.
Sorry, guys.
It was really good. It was a really good movie. The dialogue in the movie is really good. I think it was ahead of its time, especially being 1941. A lot of the banter from the lead character, I forget, I'm blanking
Kane.
out.
Or
Charles Kane,
Orson
yeah.
Welles.
Charles Kane, played by Orson Welles. The back and forth was really good, especially the scene when he was talking after he bought the Inquirer, and there's just a lot of banter back and forth, which is great.
As a young man.
Yeah, so it's definitely a movie you have to kind of pay attention to. It's more than just a movie just to watch because we're so used to like things blowing up.
It's a mystery.
Yeah, but it's not even a mystery, And they didn't really even talk about the mystery until like towards the end when the reporter's like, "What the hell's a rosebud?" They only brought, and that's the whole thing. The whole movie, rosebud was the last word he uttered in the beginning of the movie. They're trying to find out what it means.
What does it mean? What's
So,
the significance?
And actually, I pulled up in Rosebud online, and actually, there's a little tidbit of the meaning of rosebud. And
Give it to us.
red rosebuds mean purity and loveliness, and white rosebuds signify girlhood or too young to love. So, supposedly, in the beginning of the movie, it shows Charles.
As a boy, right?
Yeah, Charles Kane,
Yep.
as a little boy riding a little sled in snow, and that sled had a rosebud
Imprinted on
imprinted
it.
on it.
Right.
Yeah,
And at the very end of the movie, that's what it
and
showed.
that's what it showed.
the
And
fire,
so,
correct?
So they're trying to find out. It may has a correlation, rosebud. So, and I think that could be, to me, it sounded like that was the last time he actually felt alive was when he was a child.
Okay.
Because
Last time he felt kind of free and
Free and
could do what he
loved.
wanted to do.
Because in the
'Cause
entire
his parents
movie,
sold him quickly right after that, right?
if you actually pay attention throughout the whole movie, they kept talking about how like you just want everyone to love you, and he does. He buys everything he wants. He pays for all these statues that all these statues can just freeze and kind of what are the statues? They're just cold people. Just stays there so that your house can be full of something or someone. And there's
Right.
even a scene in the movie where Xanadu, the palace that he created for himself and his wife.
Something like 60,000
Yeah,
square miles.
49,000 square feet.
49,000.
49 acres, 4,900 square acres, something like that.
Something crazy.
And the wife was like, "Oh, I'm lonely," and he was like, "Well, have you seen the west portion of our? There's a dozen of
You know how
guests.
many people are...
Yeah, guests never left our houses and all that stuff." He's all about someone who he just wants people to love him. He wants people to love him so much that he didn't care who else loved him. In this case, his best friend loved him, and he hired his best friend to be the editor in an Inquirer.
Mm-hmm.
And there's in the middle of the movie, spoiler alert, he fires his own best friend because his best friend did not like something that he was producing for his wife. And you know what, you don't like something that I'm doing, best friend, I'm gonna fire you. I'm gonna finish what you're gonna do. So I'm still gonna show that I love you, but I don't know how to portray my love for you except to be a real, to be a person that's gonna do it for you. And it's just it's all about him just wanting to be loved. And at the end of the movie, for me, Rosebud means that was the last time he felt
thinking
love.
back.
Yeah.
That's a good explanation. Because,
So-
Nice, I like
when
that.
when you watch the end of the movie, you do figure out it's the sleigh, but the significance of it, it's still hard to...
The representation
grasp, so.
of when he had a simpler life.
Right, and it's a man that he can buy everything. There's in the beginning of the movie, he goes, who was it? The guy that was in charge of his finances. What was his name?
I forget what his name was.
I forgot his name. I'm blanking out. Anyway, so the guy goes, you're losing $1 million a year, and he goes, well, you know what? If I lose $1 million every year, and the year after that, I'll have no money in 60 years. And he
Right.
looked at him and smiled at him, as in like he doesn't give a fuck
Yeah,
how
he
much
got-
money he loses. And that time,
got 60 million of
1941,
it.
$1 million is
that's a
almost
lot
$1
of-
billion.
Yeah.
So-
Dude, that's a huge amount of money
Yeah.
back then.
So again, It's a guy that can buy everything, get everything, and he doesn't love anything because he wants everyone to love him.
So that's a good breakdown of the story. I enjoyed that. What did you guys think of the way it was filmed, the style of it, the lighting? Felix, what do you think?
Well, yeah. I mean, Jose pretty much summarized it perfectly. That's a great summary of the story. Yeah, you hit it right on the head. As far as the technical aspect, this is definitely the most influential movie I've ever seen. I don't know if I'd call it the greatest movie I've ever seen right off the bat, just because, I mean, it's 1941. Like we said, there's been lots of movies that have come out since then, and art is subjective, and movies are subjective, and we can
Especially
all
Die
interpret
Hard.
it. Yes, Die Hard is fantastic. But
Arguably number one.
this definitely has, like I was telling Adam as I was watching this, I feel like every movie that I've ever seen is all in this movie right here. There's so many, like, just pioneering techniques in
It just
filming.
feels like a lot of other movies, right?
Yeah, there's just like just the way they faded into like just like long like take scenes. There's one incredible shot where it's like the stage performance where I forget the wife's name, where she's like getting prepped by all the makeup people, and all the people are just like running around stage getting all frantic with her, and then the camera pans all the way up, and I'm sure there was a cut somewhere in there, but for being in this time, yeah, it's like that's amazing. Holy crap! Like you never see things like that in that day and age, and that's what I was asking Adam. I was like, I want to know what other movies look like in this day and age, because like they like really like tapped into something as far as the technical aspect, the way they shot a lot of this stuff.
And that scene that you're talking about, where the wife that his second wife was singing, they actually pick up on that story, because remember that at the end of that scene, there's two guys in the Raptors looking at each other, and then the one guy kind of pinches his nose, saying like, "Oh, this stinks." That's what he was referring to. And so when the reporter goes to and speaks to that wife, I forgot her name. What is her name?
The first one or the second one?
The second wife. And then the reporter speaks to the wife. The wife starts off talking about that specific scenario, is that specific scene.
Susan.
Susan, yeah. And so Susan talks about that the first night of the opera house that Charles Kane built
For her.
Yeah,
the whole opera house, even though she wasn't great.
Yeah, and it's crazy to your point. Like, it's a movie within the movie that they pick up just right where they left off.
Yeah, and as far as the way that a lot of things were shot as well, like I noticed one thing, there's a lot of angles in the movie as I was watching, and I kind of looked at it, why is that?
Yeah.
And I guess it's actually just the perspective of society
yes.
and the way the certain characters are perceived, the way Kane is perceived. Like you always have shots of like looking up at him, because you always look
He's
up at this
powerful.
figure.
Yeah.
And then you have characters like his wife who are always being shot down at. Like you're always looking down on these characters, sort of a perception
Damn,
of the
that's
status
pretty
quo.
crazy.
So yeah, and like you were saying, like it's one of those movies where it really exemplifies that money doesn't buy happiness. And it was really showed a lot in just the way the film was shot. You know, like I said, just the status quo. You see a lot of that in there, and just overall with techniques, there's a lot of things on there, like with a lot of use of shadows, a lot of just really just amazing angles, and just overall the way the film was shot. It was just something that I didn't really expect to see in a movie from this day and age. It was definitely ahead of its time as far as a production value.
I have a question for the ending shot when he's on the bed. Is it shot upwards or just neutral middle?
I kind of feel like it was above him.
Above him?
I feel like when he whispers the word Rosebud, it's kind of just above him, like almost like his body's
face,
leaving.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
in a way,
It was the last thought in
You
his
mentioned
head.
a continuity error that you had?
yeah. So I feel like this is the classic original continuity error in Hollywood. There was nobody in that room when he died, and he said Rosebud.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the talk of the town, I was like, I was there when he died, like he said Rosebud. And by the way, everybody in this movie talks like this. Like it's like it's kind of like,
See,
it reminds me of like a classic propaganda film. Like even the reporter, the narrator in the beginning is like, back in this day and age in 1941, like they all talk like this.
I said at one point, like you could throw Captain America in one of those commercials.
Totally.
It's just like
Now
one
remember the
cha-cha,
beginning
right?
of the film. Remember the beginning of the film when he bought the Inquirer, and he was talking about how, like, well, we're gonna start a war with Spain. Like, there's no war in Spain, not that you know of yet. The Inquirer will talk
Not
about
yet.
it. It's all about the perspective of the news, and that's exactly. And he knows how to canoodle of the whole public.
Well, he was more famous than celebrities at the time.
Correct. Yeah, and so that's why the whole. It's funny you brought that up, because at the end of the movie, well, people are gonna believe what they want to believe, because it's not a bomb. I guarantee you, it's not a bomb. So yeah, it's the whole like perspective. People, to your point, people are gonna want to believe what they believe. You know, oh, I was there, and it's funny too, because you're talking about Susan, the second wife, in the movie, in her perspective, the way they showed and she talked about him, and the way they filmed from her perspective, the angle they used was a little lower. It was actually every scene that from her perspective, everything was angled up, as if like he was bigger than her, so to speak, and that was the angle they used. In the movie, they showed like she's doing jigsaw puzzles and all that stuff, and it's funny because like for anyone that fucking build jigsaw puzzle, you need a lot of fucking patience to do that shit. So that's kind of, I think that's more like their metaphor saying like this lady stuck around for many years, kind of doing jigsaw puzzle because no matter how much, in a hint, she loved him, like truly loved him, and that's where the whole like he didn't understand that, like, oh well, I want everyone else to love me. She was like, well, no, and then
How about just me?
in the scene where
Yeah.
he slapped her, and that was the draw. He was like, "Oh, you slapped me, I'm done, bitch. Bye, bitch, bye." You know, type
You don't
thing.
get my 10-foot fireplace anymore.
Exactly. You know,
This
so
motherfucker.
I think it was
So,
ridiculous.
what's the rating for you guys in all this?
I would go an 8.5.
Nice.
I think it's great. Like I said, it's hard to call anything the greatest of anything, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I mean, and like I said, to me, this, like, I just gathered through this list as a general, consensus.
Yeah.
It's more about like what's influential to me.
Yeah.
Like I said, everybody has the right to their own opinion, and I feel like everybody can call anything the greatest. I mean, this is just what we label as the greatest film of all time, and that's not to discredit the film by any means whatsoever. This is absolutely one of probably the most influential film of all time as far as a technicality standpoint and as far as storytelling. It's amazing. It's just not one of those that I would say like, oh, we got to watch this like this week. It's not like that kind of movie that I would watch a week to week basis. Like I said, we've had damn near what was it, over 70 years now of since this film's come out. I feel like there's been plenty of movies that have done other great things as well, but this is not a movie that should be forgotten by any sort of means. You definitely see its influence on lots of other things, including Looney Tunes. Like I was telling, I feel like every Bugs Bunny cartoon I've seen is also in this as well, as far as just little
Again,
tropes
you
and
can
stuff like that.
you can see bits of this movie everywhere. So it's
Okay.
a long,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
line.
like he was saying, it was ahead of its time.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
What's your score?
I thought it was good, but not great. Like you said, influential it was, but as far as top movies of all time, my list is completely different. There were some great shots, even if the lighting was a little strange. A lot of dark faces, a lot of dark, shadowy areas. Maybe he was stylizing it. I don't know. Another thing was kind of iffy. Some of the transitions at the beginning of the movie, it feels like it was like the first time they ever figured out how to do a crossfade. So in the first 5 minutes, everything was crossfade, and then they got to one point in the movie and everything was a slide. All these transitions, like it was.
Well,
just
to be
too
fair, it
much
was
built-up.
Orson Welles' first time. So
Well, sure, he's a first-time director,
Yeah.
but
Not to mention, how old was he when he did this?
he seemed pretty young.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
to be in his
20s.
early 20s to star, write, and direct this film and to be considered the number one of all time.
Right, and I
Pretty
guess,
impressive.
I guess, and also it's not just him being the first of his movie, but I guess there's a bunch of people in that film. I guess according to the Hollywood Reporter and the way they reported it, they said it's great in that it was produced by a man who had never had any motion picture experience. Great because he cast it with people who had never faced a camera in a motion picture production before. Great in the manner of its storytelling in both the writing and that's the story and it's unfolding before a camera. Great and that the photographic accomplishments are the highlights of motion picture photography to date, and yada yada yada.
At the time.
So, to me, I give it a 9. I say it's a good, great movie. It's actually a movie I want to watch again with my wife. I saw it by myself, but I'm gonna say, hey, let's go watch it because it's a movie that I want to kind of nitpick a little bit more too, because there's so much little tiny details. The way I get the banter back and forth, and the little details. If you just pay attention, just the beginning of the movie and how the beginning of the movie correlates to the end, and how Charles Kane talks about the society, how they are, and even how in the very beginning how they're reporting. Remember how the reel they're watching, Charles Kane died and all that.
Yeah, it's very documentary
Yeah,
style.
exactly. If you just pay attention to all that, and then to the end of the movie, it's just like, wow, okay, complete
It's
180
all
flip, and it's
setting up for the end too.
exactly. So just pay attention. I'm gonna rewatch the movie sometime. I don't know when, but it'll be sometime soon. But yeah, it's a movie.
Eddie, you look like you're falling asleep over there.
Oh no, very excited.
I know Gagne
But-
said give it 9.5, right?
I think
9.5,
I think he said 9.5.
For
I
the
think,
sound, the cinematography,
Yeah.
and I forgot what else he wrote down on there.
Yeah, all the things that he just said.
Yeah, it's just good. It's good all the way.
I'll find it.
What, you didn't like it because it's boring?
Oh no, I didn't watch it.
You didn't
I said
watch it.
that.
So Gagne gave it 9.5. He says, great script, strong cinematography, good acting performances. Love the movie. There you go.
Nice.
Eddie McGowan says, Citizen Kane is so boring.
Yeah, we have that written. And that's Eddie McGowan now, today, as a 33-year-old.
Hey, whoa. Do I look 33? I don't think so. 32.
You age horribly.
We'll put a picture on Instagram. Maybe we can vote.
Yeah, we can vote.
What is
That's
Eddie-
my favorite
what
game
is
to play
Eddie's
at my
age
new
range?
job.
Wait, so Adam,
How old am I?
what was your score? We didn't get yours.
I guess a little bit lower than you guys, probably a 7.5.
Still
It's
Very
in
good.
line with those kind of classic movies.
Okay.
I think in its time frame, it was probably
wonder
a
why.
fantastic movie. But
I wonder why
Godfather.
in the classic movies you're kind of iffy about it. Though.
Would you give
No,
The
I don't know.
Godfather again?
7.5. Same.
Wow.
The Godfather is a masterpiece.
Yeah,
fight
The
you.
Godfather, I'll say 9.5 easily.
So what's next on our AFI list? Though?
Leave the gun,
Is there
take the
anything fun?
cannoli.
In the space 2000: A Space Odyssey, would you give that one?
I
remember.
actually like that one a lot. I think I gave that one a 9.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't let you do that.
Okay, how?
I loved
I
it.
can't let you do
that's
that.
that's still my favorite that I've seen so far.
Right.
I love
What?
that movie.
I love
2001?
2001.
2001. I loved it.
I have to rewatch it again.
So
Anything
good.
Kubrick.
Next on the
Orange.
list, maybe Gone with the Wind or Casablanca.
No.
No, I thought we were doing,
Casablanca's
wait,
good,
wait.
But
Next week is going to be October, and we were talking about
The horror movies. Do you want
horror
to?
mo-
Do you want to do that like a whole
Deuce.
month thing or?
Yeah,
Nightmare-
we can do whole month of
I'm,
horror
I'm,
movies.
I'm doing Nightmare on Elm Street.
How about
the
this? How
original
about this?
Nightmare on Elm
Yeah.
Street?
Like
I'm
we all
down for
pick,
that one.
we all pick one horror movie for the group. So the first week we just gotta figure out who wants it, and then we'll go from there.
Like we're each gonna pick a horror movie.
Yeah, for the whole group, we all pick one.
I'm down for Nightmare on Elm Street, guys.
Okay. Well, we'll
Yeah.
take a little break from AFI. We'll do some horror movies for
Yeah.
October.
We'll discuss it.
We'll discuss what.
We'll discuss it and we'll come
classic
back to you
ones-
guys.
Yeah, we'll get some
Well,
classic horror movies.
Yeah, we'll post it on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Let them know,
You know
what's
the
going on.
I haven't seen Carrie since I was a little kid because that traumatized me.
Carrie, really?
What
Really?
about Jaws?
It's the blood, huh?
Barely saw the shark.
Like
So
an
that's what made it
arachnophobia
good.
kind
Oh,
of thing.
oh,
Music.
You don't.
I like
have
the Meg better.
Like,
Okay.
Ja-
Get
Ja-
out.
Jaws horrifying.
I will
Get out.
fight you. How dare you?
All right,
Statham,
Adam,
okay.
what we got
Jason
next?
Statham.
All right,
okay.
guys, we're running it.
We
We're a
are
little
running
behind
long.
here.
This
So
is a
let's
long
move
one.
on. Felix, we got a little
Oh
NOFA
shit!
studies.
Time to do some studying.
Yep,
Let's do this.
study up.
No
Let's
face
burn through this
studies?
real fast. The only way I know how to do this. All
All
right, so this week in NOFA Studies from the week of September 30th to October 6th. Before we get there, I know I mentioned this earlier in last week because we're recording a day earlier. You can't tell. September 29th today, guys. You know what happened 22 years ago?
22
The
years.
Nintendo goddamn 64 happened.
Oh,
22
shit.
years ago on September 29th, 1996, we
Mario
got the
Kart.
Nintendo 64. We all gained a little weight by playing so much Super Mario 64.
Speak for yourself.
okay?
Hell
I was
yeah.
already fat before that came
I was
out.
a fat kid and proud, eating my Chippehoys
I
and my
never
Cheetos on
gained
my
weight.
beanbag playing 64.
Never
I
gained
don't
weight
care what
until I
any
was
of you guys say.
25.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're fluffy. Anyways. But into this week, in the world of comics, I only found two things, but still pretty big characters that happened. 45 years ago, on October 2nd, 1973, The Punisher made his debut in The Amazing Spider-Man number 129 from Mr. Frank Castle himself. And then on October 7th, 1975, 47 years ago, Star-Lord Peter Quill debuted in Marvel Preview number 14. Or number 4, excuse
47
me.
years ago.
Yeah, dude. He wasn't the rock-loving, kind of Peter Quill we know nowadays. That is Chris Pratt. He was more of a stoic, kind of just soldier douchebag. Anyways, so moving on, but that's all I have in comics. There's probably more stuff. In the world of video games, September 30th, 1998, 20 years ago, Nintendo released Pokemon Red and Blue for the Game Boy in the US of A. 1 year later, on September 1st, though, 1999, Pokemon Yellow came out, the special Pikachu edition.
Right.
For
Of
those
course,
of
everybody
y'all-
love Pikachu.
That cartoon did stuff. But on September 3rd, 1998, we had a TV series, Mortal Kombat Conquest, debuted on TV. If anybody
I
saw
remember
that.
I do
I'm
remember that.
probably like the only one that watched.
I saw
No,
it,
dude,
dude.
we all
I
watched
do.
it.
I remember
Live
Well,
that.
action Mortal Kombat.
Mortal
You had,
Kombat 3 characters, right?
you had Kung Lao as the main character, actually, of all people, and then two other random ass people joining him. I don't know who they were. I don't remember their names,
Like
but
Nighthawk
They have
or something?
names, okay.
yeah, I don't care. But anyways, they were there. But that happened. That happened back a long time ago. But moving on, December 4th, 1995, Nintendo released Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. Crying ass baby Mario happened.
That was kind of annoying.
The bane of your existence right there. Because of Eddie came back today, October 4th, 2011, Namco Bandai released the first Dark Souls for the Xbox 360 and PS3. How many times did you beat it, Eddie?
Once.
And that was enough.
I love that.
Yeah, but
Of
more,
course.
but the year after, a more user-friendly game came out, October 1st, October 4th,
Any
excuse
other
me,
game?
2012. Far Cry 3 was released by Ubisoft, so
Never played it.
that was pretty good.
Another definition of
Revitalized.
insanity.
Yeah, it was fun.
Anyway.
Really good villain. Go check it out. It's fun. October 5th, 2000, Capcom released Street Fighter 3 Third Strike on the Dreamcast.
Very underappreciated Street Fighter game.
Never played it.
Me neither.
Tell me
Which,
more.
which one is this?
Street Fighter 3.
No, which one?
Third Strike.
It's the one that has the parry system. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it other than the number 3.
Isn't this the one
The
that
third
Justin
one.
Wong?
I thought they always have a
watched Street
gimmick
Fighter
in each
Alpha,
game.
wasn't
That
it?
they almost
That's
have like a
parry.
gimmick.
Parry
Okay.
system.
Okay, never played it.
That happened. October 6th, 1990, Sega
Oh.
launched the Game Gear in Japan. So,
Too
did anybody
late.
have a Game Gear? We can come back.
No,
I wasn't rich enough to
I-
own a Game
I-
Gear or a Game
Yeah,
Boy.
My
too much
cousin had a
batteries.
Game Gear, and you would play for like 10 minutes and it died. And you're like,
Exactly.
oh,
Battery.
let me
It ate too much
go
battery.
get
8
six
double A's.
Six or
Yeah.
yeah. It was like fucking dumb as fuck. But
Pretty
like,
sure it was 6.
Like I said, I wasn't rich enough to
I
own
think-
a
I
Game Gear,
think
Game
I'm
Boy.
Batteries,
I'm
bro.
pretty sure Sega bought like stock in like Energizer or
Sure.
something because why else would it take that many batteries?
That thing
Exactly.
was a brick, man. That thing was huge.
Yeah.
But yeah. Besides the Game Gear, also Sega, and it's October 6, 1998, at the Sega New Challenge Conference in Tokyo, Sega debuted the Dreamcast for the very first time. So
That's super successful console.
And then it disappeared a year later.
never had it. Anybody?
No.
Crazy
why?
Taxi.
Because it didn't have a DVD player. Congrats to PlayStation 2.
Did you have it, Sam?
Yes.
But it was
I
it was
actually really
CD
enjoyed the Sega Dreamcast because I would play Power Stone with my little brother.
Power Stone is dope.
So it was a dope ass game.
It had the
and
only
also Rival School.
well, at the time, it was the only video game that had Berserk. Sword of the Berserk was sick as fuck.
Don't know what that one is.
Nope.
All right.
Okay.
It's an
Yeah.
anime. Go
Moving
watch
on to the world of movies and TV. On September 30th, 1960, 58 years ago, the Flintstones made their debut on ABC.
Wow.
Yeah,
Old
dude.
school.
The
Old.
Flintstones.
The
Yes, sir.
Flintstones.
Also, aka the first couple to sleep together on TV, FYI.
Really?
Because even back then, the honeymooners didn't sleep together, but the Flintstones did, so they broke ground on that.
Red and Boma.
Hmm.
Getting it.
Yeah, well, that happened.
Yep.
But also on October 1st, 1962, Johnny Carson made his first made his first episode of The Tonight Show as a host with Joan Crawford as his guest. So, first incarnation of The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. There you go. October 1st, 1968, Night of the Living Dead premiered, directed by George A. Romero. Classic cult horror movie.
Yeah, maybe we put that on our list.
Why don't we watch that? There you go.
I'm saying someone pick it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But on December 1st, 1971, Walt Disney World opened in Bay Lake, Florida, 47 years ago. Has anybody been?
Not to the
No.
Florida one.
No?
To which
Nope.
one?
Disney World.
Disney World.
Yeah,
That's
been there a
enough.
few times as a kid. 'Cause I was
Yeah,
born
you
and
can't
raised in
do it.
Florida.
How was it?
It's pretty fucking awesome. And when you go to Epcot, like you can ride inside the globe itself,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you go to inside like the park itself, it's all different little countries, and they serve food and alcohol that's related to the country itself.
Hell yeah.
So it's really nice.
Let's go. We're going. October 1st, 1974. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre made its premiere, directed by Tobe Hooper. Premiered in Texas, actually. There's another classic horror movie you can watch right there. Come on.
Yeah.
You just don't like horror.
Oh, it's not scary.
All right, fine. Well, let's go watch some cartoons, because on October 1st, 1992, Cartoon Network debuted.
Yes.
Yes. Count
See? Cow and chicken. Moo.
That's when I got chicken pox.
Aw.
I watched I watched a lot of Cartoon fucking Network.
Chicken pox
Dragon
and
Ball
JoJo.
Z was in there.
No,
Adult
No, no,
not
not
Adult
yet.
Swim,
That's
yo.
Toonami.
Not,
Not
to-
yet.
not in America.
Toonami, right? Are we
Yeah.
talking
No,
about
no, no. This is the
Cartoon
beginning
Network.
of Cartoon Network. The beginning of Cartoon Network didn't have
Like
a lot at the time.
Hanna-Barbera stuff.
A lot of Jetsons, Flintstones.
Mhm.
He-Man,
classic
the
stuff.
fake He-Man, you
Isn't
know,
that
with
where,
the
like-
little
I remember
glowing
Ghostbusters
jelly.
in it too, right?
Yeah, isn't that where Boomerang kind of made its spin-off? of all
Jumanji?
stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that happened. But moving on, October 2nd, 1959, The Twilight Zone premiered on CBS TV. More classic horror stuff. Stuff we can watch right there. Come on, you hater. October 2nd, 2001, Scrubs. You want to watch that? Because that debuted
Hell
on
yeah,
Saturday
Scrubs
Pass.
is hilarious.
Never seen it.
Wrong.
I'm
You've
probably-
never seen Scrubs?
Wrong.
I don't watch
You're
Scrubs
wrong.
either.
Oh, my
You're
God.
wrong.
What's wrong with
Hey,
you guys?
he's wrong.
All right, fine. Well, for the old guys in the room, October 3rd, 1961, The Dick Van Dyke Show and Mr. Ed premiered. You guys can watch that. Go ahead, Jose.
Meh.
Have at it.
I like Scrubs.
In a world of controversy on SNL, October 3rd, 1992, Sinead O'Connor ripped a picture of the Pope live on Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
So,
man.
Yeah,
Some
it,
fucked
was-
up
it was-
shit.
It was a big fuss.
Okay.
Kind of a big fuss.
It's the thing.
Yeah.
It was a thing that happened. Just got to mention it. Go look it up. It's pretty crazy. October 4th, 1957, Leave It to Beaver debuted on CBS. Nice family friend for Jose. Nice family stuff. This seemed like the horror stuff.
Fever.
It's not that I don't like it. It's just not scary.
Yeah.
I don't get scared much.
Yeah. Moving on. So let's see. Other classic movies that opened up. October 5th, 1956, The Ten Commandments starring Charlton Heston opened up in the U.S. So for the classic.
Damn dirty apes.
3.5 hour long movie.
Funny story about that. I drunkenly ordered this around the holiday season a few years back on Amazon and totally forgot about it until it showed up on my doorstep about 3 days later. My wife,
Like, I totally want
You were feeling holy at that moment, like I gotta buy.
wife and I were
10
just watching
Commandments.
Christmas stuff. We were just drinking a bunch of wine, and then I'm like, I haven't seen the Ten Commandments in years, and I totally forgot I ordered it on Amazon until 3 days later. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm telling you, they had it a couple years back on during Easter or something like that. And you can watch it in the theater, and they had legit like the what do you call it, the intermission.
Yeah.
And you needed the intermission. He was like, okay, I can't sit another hour with this movie. It's a long ass movie,
It's very
3.5,
long.
huh?
3.5 hour long movie.
It's Battle of
Damn,
Lawrence
like
Arabia
Lawrence
right
Arabia.
there. Yep. And lastly, I'll leave you with on October 5th, 1962, Dr. No, the very first James Bond movie premiered in London, starring the best
Yes.
James Bond, Mr. Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
Nice.
Very nice. Yeah,
Shrek.
so-
Dr. No.
Yeah, there we go. That's about all I got. There's a lot of other random stuff that happened, but I'm just sticking with you.
Very cool.
How
Yeah,
you
just
doing
this
there,
week.
Miss Money
Bunch of
Push?
random
The
stuff. This week.
Rock.
Bunch of random stuff, bunch of
Oh,
random
sorry.
birthdays in between.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Don't be shy. Your mother wasn't.
Wow.
Rolf.
Rough
Just
like
stole
your
mother
mother
like-
likes it, Trebek.
Buck another.
That's
He
Buck
goes,
butter.
All right, Sam. It's your time. It's quiz
What?
time.
Quiz
Da-na-na,
time?
da-na-na,
We need a little jingle.
da-na-na,
Thank you, Jose.
So, you know how like a lot of actors have the same name and all that good stuff.
Okay.
This game's called "Which Chris Is This?"
Hey, I like it.
I was literally about to say, I was like,
I
are they
like it.
Chris by chance?
I like it.
All
Is
right.
it this Chris?
Probably not.
How does it work?
Who's Chris?
So the way this works, very simple. I actually give you the movie title first, and you just gotta tell me which Chris it is. You will, just gotta figure it out which
Okay.
Chris it is.
Is Chris O'Donnell in here? We're going to mention Batman Forever?
Maybe.
We don't know. We don't know. We
Actually,
don't spoil
I
it.
can't tell you.
Okay.
I can't tell you.
So,
He's
gotta
getting the
be ready.
pointers.
So hold on to that one.
stop asking questions, you cheater.
Just say your name, and I'll ask you which Chris it is.
All right.
All right, first one, very easy. Magnificent Seven.
Felix
Eddie.
Felix.
Felix said it.
Pratt.
Yes.
Chris Pratt.
Fuck you.
Okay, number 2. Hell or High Water.
Felix
Yes.
Pine.
Correct.
Yeah.
Snowpiercer.
Felix.
Eddie first.
Evans.
Yes, that is correct. 12 Strong.
Felix.
Yes.
Hemsworth.
Correct. Damn.
I'm obviously not.
I know
gonna
my
win
name.
This game.
You know your name. Alrighty. Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit.
Eddie.
Felix. Damn it.
Okay, Eddie.
He just said that guy's fucking name, and I just forgot it.
Jose.
Oh my god.
Hey.
He goes,
Can I go?
yeah.
Pine.
Yes, that is correct.
Fuck me.
Okay. Rush.
Eddie.
Yes.
Hemsworth.
Correct.
Whatever his name is.
Was he in that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Saying-
yeah,
you're
yeah.
saying the
It's his
same
main
3
character.
people. There's other Chris's in the world, guys.
O'Donnell.
Okay, you guys ready?
These are just the answers. We didn't make the questions.
Scott Pilgrim versus the
Felix.
World. Yes.
Evans.
Correct. Delivery Man.
The fuck is that?
It's a comedy movie starring Vince Vaughn and one of the Chris's.
Jose.
Yes.
Pratt.
Correct.
Oh my god,
Oh
we're
my
fucking
God.
stupid. The one comedy actor we didn't.
In the Heart of the Sea.
Adam.
Felix. Damn it.
Yes.
Hemsworth.
Correct, sir. The Finest Hour.
Jose.
Eddie. Who's you?
Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
Yeah, damn it.
Who was it?
Pine.
Pine.
Fine.
Forgot about that one.
Okay. Her.
Somebody
Come
say
on.
it.
Go ahead,
Somebody
Jose.
say it. Go ahead.
Wait, what did you say?
Ah.
Chris O'Donnell.
Voice of Batman Forever.
For Reeves.
No. It is actually Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Alrighty. This one should be an easy one. Into the Woods. It's a musical movie.
It is. Felix?
Yes.
Is it Evans?
Yeah. No.
No, sir.
Not-
Jose.
Yes.
It's Pine.
Correct, sir.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I'll give you the title, and I'll let you know it's a silly comedy 80s movie, or it's made that way. Take Me Home Tonight.
Felix?
Yes.
Not another team movie? Wait, are we?
No, wait,
wait,
no,
what
no.
did the end of the
Good job.
The name of the movie
Oh,
is
Evans.
Take Me Home Tonight.
Oh, damn it. Never mind.
Nope,
I was
you're
thinking
wrong.
something else.
Oh,
Wasn't that
Jose.
song in that movie?
Jose.
Yes.
That's Chris Evans.
No.
Is it?
No.
Eddie. Pratt.
Yes. That is correct. Alrighty.
Yes.
This one's a serious film called London.
Fine, Felix. Evans.
Yes, Evans correct.
All right.
O'Donnell.
All right. The movie is called Street Kings. It's a gritty movie starring Keanu Reeves and one of the Chris's.
Jose.
Yes.
Pine.
No, sir.
Adam. Helmsworth.
I already said that.
Felix Evans.
Yes.
Ah, hi.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Smoking Aces.
Felix. Oh, shit.
Mm.
What would you chime in
Oh,
and say? Oh
Eddie.
shit.
As a Pine.
Eddie.
Yes, it's fine.
Oh.
He wasn't that, was it?
Yeah,
he
yes,
was.
he was.
He's one of the brothers.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
he
right.
I'll
was.
give you a point for it.
Shit, I
Yeah.
totally forgot about that.
Okay. Last one. The perfect score.
Jose. It's
Yes.
5, 4,
gotta be Evans.
3,
It is 7.
2.
It is Evans.
Hey, I'm disappointed you didn't try to sneak in Wanted.
Felix,
Yeah.
you win the Chris quiz.
Goddamn right I do.
How
I
come you didn't
wonder.
have
Hey,
Wanted?
Chris, you
Wanted
won the
had Chris
quiz,
Pratt.
and
Hell
I
yeah.
take a piss on this.
No, you
All right, guys. Let's wrap it up. Anybody have anything for the end here?
Everybody have a great night.
miss
Hope you
you
enjoy our
guys.
Saturday special.
Thanks
Hopefully, this episode's PC enough. We'll edit as much as we can to make it
Fuck.
PG-13.
yeah.
Penis.
Penis.
Fuck.
Wow.
Please follow us on social media.
Anal.
Still,
Wow.
we're still on
Just throw out
Facebook,
random
Instagram, and Twitter.
Yeah, we're still on Facebook.
Don't forget, you didn't like the episode, just go see Eddie at
Oh.
GVR. Thank you. Bye.
There you Start some fights with 80 security guy. All right, thanks everybody for listening. We'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.